There's testosterone high today. Testosterone, whatever the f*** it is. Testosterone.
Game day men's health, Dan. I frequent that Grapevine location, get my TRT there. That has been a game changer for me. Testosterone replacement therapy, Dan, can help you with all sorts of things, but the sum of it is to help you be the best you. Like I say, it's life steroids. They have 12 area locations. Check that out at gameday.dumbzone.com. Maybe you don't need the testosterone, but it all starts with going in and getting those levels checked. It's a very simple blood test.
You ever get a B12 shot when you're there?
I have gotten a B12 shot, and I yesterday received in the mail my new peptides that I will be starting today as I try to heal this busted limb up.
Wow.
Yeah. So they've got those. They've got the GLP-3 weight loss option for you. They've got all sorts of various peptides, TRT, just men's wellness. Get yourself to that namaste state at gameday.dumbzone.com. There are 12 area locations. I don't know. That was pretty good. I have deemed it.
You have deemed your work to be pretty good. I guess it proves that game day has boosted your mood.
For sure.
Because you are very positive about your work.
Glass half full of ropes.
Well, hello, friends, and welcome as we broadcast live to tape from the Game Day Men's Health Studios in downtown Dallas. It's at the Fox 4 building. I'm Dan McDowell.
I'm Jake Kim.
I'm Blake Jones.
WCK. We also have BL, Brett Lieber, sitting in.
Not Jewish.
BL, Brett Lieber, not Jewish. He wanted to make that clear. He said, make sure you mention that. Anyway. We're here, like I said, we are at the Fox 4 building. A little behind-the-scenes magic for you.
He's BL Brett Lieber, but he's also intern Jack sprang from his loins.
It's the only reason we let him in here now.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like people who appreciate
he gave us such
Jack,
a quality intern.
Yeah, it works. Okay, sorry.
All right. The Fox 4 behind the scenes. You know, before we leave this building, I've wanted to do this for some time. We need to go wireless. We need to do the little camera thingy.
What's going on down the hall?
Just walk around Fox 4. It's great. This old barn, if those walls could, you know.
It's very cool. It's very cool.
There's a lot of history.
I've brought both my parents up to this building, and no matter when you come here, there's some level of news going on, right? There's some broadcast situation happening. Monitors everywhere, and they were just so taken by it. Like, wow, the news. And I think we kind of take it for granted.
Yeah, I think more about the ancient, the life of the 50s.
The Christmas parties.
Yeah, the open-palmed slap on the bottom for the secretary's good work.
People earning their bonuses.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah, BL just said Norm was here, and there is a locker.
Norm used to work here?
Yeah, in some capacity for sure, because there's a locker that still has a name tag or nameplate on it out there.
Really?
Yes.
Well, one of the treats you get when you go for your pre-show bathroom trip, which Blake and I did kind of at the same time today.
We like the sword fight.
Cute.
Is sometimes you will just run into Shaun Rabb in the hallway.
Wow.
But
wow.
We got the, at least 3 out of every 10 times you will see Shaun Rabb holding his gigantic phone out in front of him as if it was a tray. I'm presenting you, I'm just handing out hors d'oeuvres during the party. We're going to have the real meal soon, but
I'll take one.
Yeah, so he's holding the phone in that manner because I guess then it's up closer to his mouth. because and the phone is on speakerphone, and he is just having one of the loudest conversations you could ever hear.
What percentage of the population doesn't know where the phone speaker is? Or the microphone? Because some people will just like talk at the screen.
Okay,
that's not where the speaker is.
Well, it's got to be at the bottom, right?
It's at the bottom.
Okay.
But I've seen people talk to the top, the side. Like if you're going to...
But just holding it up, like I'm not sure where it is. So yeah,
he was talking
omnidirectional.
He was talking at the screen.
That's interesting. You say 3 out of 10. I have seen him do that, but I see him with a big tooth a lot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he'll do that.
I just say the holding the phone out is a different. Was he videoing?
No.
Was he FaceTiming?
No,
Okay.
Yeah, no way.
Nope.
No. I was going to say that the people who FaceTime aren't the same people who speakerphone, because speakerphone is kind of an older person move. People also accuse the community of doing it more. And Shaun Rabb, both a bit older and black guy.
Yeah.
Teens get accused of this a lot.
Really?
But now that I think about it, like I feel like
speakerphone?
Old people are starting to use technology almost in a way that young people do. And by that, I mean like olds and teens. Like both in an my mom, for example, like uses emojis way more than I would ever think she would.
She discovered it.
Well, yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. And I'm like, nobody's really
He'll
doing
love this.
I don't know if she knows. Nobody's really doing this.
Does she know what the secret meanings of some emojis?
There's no chance.
You should educate her.
Yeah. I think I've had enough of talking hidden sex code acts for my entire life with my mom.
Shaun Rabb, he'll say bruh.
That has to feel a lot better than the security guard boss.
What do you mean? Which conversation am I in here?
I'm just saying Shaun Rabb saying bruh has got to feel better than when the security guard...
Did he bruh you, or you're just saying he bruhed his person on the phone?
The person on the phone.
Yeah. He's allowed to say bruh.
For sure.
He's a newsman.
Are you a white writer for the Dallas Morning News?
Like, are you familiar with how he is deployed within their broadcasts, like, currently?
Explain.
The track down thing? It's sick. I watch it all the time because I'm a huge fan of the Fox 4 website and the 9 o'clock Fox 4 News, if you want to know where the news comes from on this show. When he does track down, like, hey, there's somebody who robbed this store, or hey, we're looking for people who are wanted in this arson. He drives to somewhere in the public, not the police station, and a police officer meets him there. And they have like the vehicles, like the Fox 4 vehicle and the police vehicle, parked in like a Fast and Furious fashion, and they're both in front of it. And there's almost like the Shield-like camera element to it. And
it's grainy.
It's kind of like shake, and it's not like bad shake. It's meant to look kind of reality TV cheaters almost. And it's in a public place, and you can there's graphics. It's electric. And they give out the phone number, and you can tell that it's a cop he's talked to before. Like they have a guy that knows the bit, and he's like, "Well, Shaun, these two hooligans," and Shaun's disgusted. It's great.
Okay, I got to start ingesting that.
And they haven't. We know the theme. We've played the theme before. It's.
What do you mean? They have a theme song?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
for
yeah.
Fox 4 Bust You?
Yeah, that's cool.
And they have a hit rate, man.
Yeah, he's great.
They get people.
We got to get him in here. Why don't you do that, Blake? Why aren't you doing anything? On today's program, Blake booked a guest, Tim Cowlishaw.
All right.
From the Dallas Morning News, formerly of ESPN. Also, I see. Well, I guess we got the regular stuff. It is Thursday, so we will do viewer mail. We'll have some gummy thoughts. We can start off with some sports right now. It can be brought to us by One Day Doors and Closets right now. One Day Doors and Closets will replace every interior door in your house. I mean, with your consent.
Listen.
This isn't just like a God damn, they were here last night. I didn't even know it. You got to call them first or hit them up.
No, you have to let them
Probably
know.
a website thing, onedaytexas.com/promo30.
Yeah, so what they do, they'll come out with your consent, and that is a rolling consent.
Always.
At any point, if you want them to stop, they will leave. But they measure the
Immediately.
doors using 3D technology. In some ways, this is good for the North Texas soils thing because houses, sometimes the door is odd fit. They need a different cut. You're going to get exactly the cut and the door that you need and save about 30 to 50% compared to if you went to a big box store. It's a very easy process. 1 day doors. They also do closets.
Could they do one in a tiny, up in the den?
Yeah.
I have this attic space, and there's like a half door. It's really tiny. Would they be able to do a tiny door?
I bet you they could do a dog door.
Whoa.
I bet you they could do a little revolving dog door. And if you bought one of them, they'll give you two at onedaytexas.com/promo30.
I have 2 dogs. That'd be great.
Perfect. 1 day doors and closets. Sports, man. There's a lot going on.
There really is. It's
Glad
really
we
weird.
have a sports expert.
So I was thinking this morning or last night. Do you feel the heaviest sports day of the week seems to be Tuesday? Or is this just in my mind because when we get a business Wednesday and we got all this other stuff to do, but you're like, oh, okay, don't have a show to do today. God, I wish we did. This Hawks Magic City thing went down, or there's an 83-point game in the NBA, or I don't know. It just feels like I'm always thinking that on Wednesday. Like there's plenty of material here for a show today, but let's call Sean Kernan from 360 Wealth Management.
I appreciate you pointing out that there's probably some level of dissonance here, like it's misleading you.
Right. Is there actually?
I have to think all it is.
Yeah. Are there that many more bald people now, or is it just that I went bald?
I have to think it's just a cognitive dissonance thing. But 1 day of the week, let's say of the 5 work days, naturally of them, one of them does have to be the busiest.
I'm
Just like
deeming
there
that
has to
Tuesday
be-
because obviously the weekend a lot of stuff happens.
For sure.
But Tuesday is our mini.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It does feel like we have a lot to clean up when we come in here.
Want to go Cowboys first?
Yeah, so when we left, they had signed a safety and they had traded for an edge. And I think it was when we last talked, Max Crosby was still anticipated to end up with the Ravens. And that process revealed to us what the Cowboys had offered.
Anticipated to end up with the Ravens because everybody announced a trade and we all just we dusted our hands off, and then everybody else started making moves under the guise of, well, Max Crosby's there, so we're going to go do this. Or, Max Crosby costs this, so if he's that good of a player, well, this player will cost a little less, whether it's a trade or first rounders or... That really messed a lot of stuff up, I would think.
For sure.
Or like even the Cowboys were in the Max Crosby game and then they're out.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just a weird bit.
It's very weird, and it seems kind of lawyery. It makes my head hurt, but people were proposing that the calendar needs to change. Like, free agency would begin officially Monday at noon. This guy that I follow laid this out in a way that makes sense to me. Trades are still allowed to be negotiated before free agency, but if such a trade is negotiated, it automatically becomes official when free agency starts, meaning the physical has to be completed before free agency. And if not, you just take what you get, no questions asked. So by the time we get to Monday noon, free agency is kicking off, whether or not a failed physical or not,
can't impact him.
That is done. The trade is either on or rescinded by that time. Because, the Trey Hendrickson thing, the domino, he obviously still got his money, but one of
the conspiracy theories is that, Trey Hendrickson's out there not really getting any huge offers, but he has an asking price. And then if you're sitting there with this trade that you just made for 2 first-rounders, and you already had the heaviness of history on you when you made that trade. You've never traded a first-rounder. And you're considered one of the best run franchises in the NBA, or excuse me, the NFL. So now Trey Hendrickson, wait, he's still there a couple days later? Well, what if he fails this physical? And they say you could almost do that with a lot of, 50% of the players in the NFL or just a ton of the players will get a little cleanup, a little something, a little surgery to where you could say, yeah, actually, I don't know.
Yeah.
I have questions about the recovery on this. And their questions were, wait, we're going to have to pay him this and give up the 2 first-rounders. Or what if we go get Trey Hendrickson, we give up just the money, and we get those first-rounders back?
So is it a matter of they just didn't know Hendrickson's level of availability and what that was going to take? Because the way that you're laying it out, there's no reason for them to do this that's not other than just nefarious. Like an opportunity opened, and they took advantage of an instrument, a little bit of a crevice that's created by the way the rules are that most people just, it's an unwritten one you just don't do. And they were like, we don't care. We just don't care. Because the reason not to do it is just reputation,
right?
And like the qualitative, people are going to think we suck.
And I think they'd be right in the long run to say, well, who cares about reputation? Like,
well, it depends.
Players will still go there.
Business.
Players will still sign there. Yeah, I suppose doing business behind the scenes,
agents
with other NFL GMs.
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't, cut off my nose, spike my face. I wouldn't do that over talent, but I think it probably matters a little bit. Imagine the Ravens fans don't really care. They got a guy, They're like, however we got there. But then,
no, they're loving it.
But then, in some ways, that does relate to what the Cowboys did yesterday. And just wanted to spend a minute on the trade of Osa Odighizuwa to the 49ers for a third. And that's what I'd started to say was that when we knew Crosby was available, we knew what the Cowboys' offer was, or reported, right? It was a first, a second, and Osa. And so I think that's when we brought up, it's very unlikely, it's impossible that all 3 of those interior defensive linemen, Quinnen Williams, Osa, and Kenny Clark, are all going to play on the number that they're on. Something will happen. And the first thing that happened was Kenny Clark's number got reworked. And when we were talking it out, I mentioned that one of them would get traded. And you said, there's no way they're going to trade Kenny Clark. Like, he's part of the Micah thing. And the more I thought about that, I kind of thought that I was like, that doesn't make sense because nobody's tied to Kenny Clark. If they can get a better player, nobody's going to remember that it was part of the Micah thing. They'll just look at the new guy as part of the Micah thing. If the defense is good, it's not going to matter. But what I didn't think about is that the new guy, CP, you asking about his shoe room? Got 42 pairs of drawers. I don't know why that shifted California on me. He does have a relationship with Kenny Clark. A couple years, and has spoken super highly of him so as to say, like, he's the best defensive lineman I've coached in the NFL. And so when it comes to, like, fit, these are topics. Let me tell you something that's really frustrating to me. And I heard the one-star guys, Machota will touch on this a little bit, KT too. You'll just hear somebody say, he's not a scheme fit as a DB for Christian Parker. Or Jadeveon Clowney, he's just not a scheme fit. And in this case, we're talking Osa's just not a scheme fit. And I get that there has to be some level of that. But for the most part, I don't think we know enough about that to say that. Now, I know that
I don't know anything about that.
I know a little bit about it, but I don't know enough to know, like, this is prohibitive to have this guy on the team because of what they're going to end up asking him to do. But what we do know is that Osa's agent wasn't happy. The way that he was perceiving how they were going to play him with Williams and Clark, he was already making it known. Clarence reported a DLLS at the Combine. Like, they're not thrilled about how. That's why a little bit of the, hey, he left all this money, and who knows how much it was, but he certainly took less money to stay in Dallas last year when he signed than Washington was offering. And there's the, hey, he signed that deal thinking there was no state income tax. There is reporting that his agent was making it known, I don't think this is exactly this defense is not the defense we want him playing in. So
last year?
this year.
Oh, okay.
Coming up.
Okay.
And for what it's worth, Eberflus is the 49ers like assistant defensive assistant to the assistant. But
oh, that's right. He just got hired.
He did just get hired, and I don't know that means anything. The Kenny Clark, Christian Parker thing, I think does mean something. And if they intend,
okay, wait, let me just go back. Like the agent upset he's in this particular scheme as well, or because it's like the Tyler Smith thing, right? Okay, you're a guard. Now we want to use you as a tackle, but we just signed you as a long-term guard, so there's a certain salary level. Was there something he was doing here before that he wouldn't be doing? Like he wouldn't be getting as many pressures or sacks, or is that what we're to understand? Like his numbers wouldn't be as good.
Correct. Yeah, that's
with whatever they're doing. The
a
defensive tackles numbers are not as good.
A little bit complicated.
Under the Christian Parker.
But I think it's a good point. The Tyler Smith thing, from what all reports are, when they negotiated with him as a guard, they built in things saying if you become a tackle, almost like we're getting a new deal.
Oh, I didn't know that because I
only know that because Bob was talking about it at one point on Twitter, and somebody kind of did the closest thing to dunking on Bob over it. So it certainly ended up in group chats everywhere.
Uh-huh.
It was just, I think it was Nick Eatman who was like, hey, there's a reason. This is not a thing. He's not mad about it.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
But I don't know and would suspect Osa does not have that because that's the guard to tackle is different than like, hey, you're a 3 tech to a 4-eye. That's not the same level of.
Okay. That's not what I'm not understanding it. So good. But
he definitely would see fewer. They're going to ask him to like play the run a lot more, and fill a lot more space and probably have fewer snaps because they're talking about basically using Quinnen Williams where Osa was last year and Kenny Clark where Quinnen was. And if you think about like Osa, I love Osa. He's a fun guy. Every one of those sounds of the sideline you watch tells a lot of dad jokes. He's just a goofy, fun maniac out there. And he's been great value. But he did a lot of his damage when Micah was here. A lot of his racking up, the counting stats. So last year, he was double teamed about as much as any interior defensive lineman in the league. And he had the highest pressure rate against being double teamed of any interior lineman. But the problem is when he gets double teamed, unlike when Micah gets double teamed, when Micah was getting double teamed, there was an Osa there to benefit from that. Double teaming Osa takes a little less because Micah sometimes is a triple and those triples are different. You double Osa, it's not quite the same. And now there's no Osa to help with Osa. So at some point, if you've got the two other guys we just mentioned inside, maybe Osa becomes a little bit of a luxury, especially at that number. You get a 3 back for him, which is basically the comp pick you would have got. It's what you spent on him. You have $16 million in dead money this year, which is not ideal. But it's off your books next year. And
so you wouldn't have had that dead money this year?
No. But you would have paid him $20 million. So now you're saving 4, but he's not here. It's not.
You move that to Pickens if you want.
No, everything you see. I mean, I think they would be a disaster if they lost him now. A disaster, Pickens, because they've done enough like not really doing much. They're doing stuff, but it's all kind of a push right now. I mean, they signed a starting safety. But that's all they did. They just signed a starting safety, and we're like, holy shit. But it's not. They haven't done anything dramatic. You lose Osa, it's basically a push right now.
So I'm trying to clear this up. So you're saying with the additions of Kenny Clark and Quinnen Williams, Osa would just not get as much sexy time as far as like sacks, playing on third down, because that's how defensive linemen get paid. So you're saying he's just going to eat space in the middle on running downs?
They would need him.
Be relegated to?
I don't know if it's fully relegated. And I still think when they went nickel 4-2-5 when they could, he'd be out there. But this is where the part that I don't understand is if his agent is saying like I don't want that role, it may be more than just production. It may just be like the players like I signed a contract to play a different position. To me, it seems crazy for a guy to be like, I thought I was going to be lining up over the guard, and now I'm lining up on the inside shoulder of the tackle on 30% of my snaps. And sometimes I'm just a defensive end on the backside of plays. He's going to be doing a lot of that. And for that reason, I want to be traded. That seems crazy to me. I wish we could talk to somebody who understood it more. But Parker obviously saw him as, I don't need that. That's expendable. So they're letting, it looks like, the coach make some decisions.
Probably just didn't want 3 overpaid defensive tackles.
Exactly. I mean, that's all it is. And then once you try to find another role for that guy, because there's also probably something too, you see this in basketball a lot, where you get all the guys and then everybody's like, when are they all 3 going to play together? Why can't they all 3 play together? But maybe that's not always the best thing. And now you got a guy sitting over there on the sideline who
is Christian Wood.
Yeah. So it's not great, but I like that they're doing stuff.
They're doing stuff. They were doing stuff last offseason too,
This feels
bringing in Jack Sanborn.
Hey, come on. This is year 2 of Shoddy.
Now we got Gary.
Rashawn Gary's
Rashawn Gary this year's Jack Sanborn?
Why can't he be this year's DeMarcus Lawrence? I heard Machota make that point, but I think I brought it up to you the other day. Like, I think that now he's making more money, but why can't he be, hey, there's a no fit here. Like Jordan Lewis was in, like I brought up the other day for.
I'm just going by some stuff I read indicated that Green Bay was thinking about releasing him.
Definitely.
And I don't know that Dallas was on the cusp of releasing DeMarcus Lawrence. Well, he was free agent, so it's.
Yeah, but they traded for him so that they would not have to try to
outbid.
And that's the idea.
For good players?
Yeah. We don't like that. That's why they like making trades. They can control, the cost is controlled. So
I saw they also signed Mingo again.
I didn't see that. For real?
$1 million.
Oh.
Yeah, like 1.4 or something. But why? What do we do? But still?
Oh, we didn't lose that trade. What are you talking about?
We're still chasing the Jonathan Mingo dream.
Sam Williams is back.
Oh, why?
For $3 million.
I thought you didn't want Sam Williams back.
I did not at all.
Oh, okay.
No.
Well, $3 million, that's cheap.
He might not even be on the team. I don't know what the guarantee is, but
no one else was biting on Sam Williams' hook, and he's like, yeah.
I mean, their edge room right now is pretty thin, man.
Yeah.
It's pretty thin. We're all very excited about the draft.
Well, luckily no one else is looking for edge in the draft. That'll probably fall to them. It's time for viewer mail, folks, because we got tons more sports, but we're going to save that for Tim Cowlishaw. Viewer mail brought to us today by Flooring Direct DFW. Also, we'll come out to your home consensually. They certainly will not just show up at your home unless you contact them first.
Direct, but consensual. FlooringDirectDFW.com/dumbzone. Maybe even they have a /DZ. Yeah, FlooringDirectDFW.com/DZ. They know how to shorten words. Yeah.
Great deal right now, 0 interest financing for 36 months. Nothing down. So free financing until 2029. We've talked before about the fact that they bring out the flooring samples to you. They have a local showroom, but the whole bit is that they're trying to make things more convenient for you. They know you don't want to drive all the way out to Addison, so they'll bring the store to you. And we've talked about the fact that we're going to get a new studio soon. We're moving with Fox 4 to the Las Colinas location in the fall. And I think that'd be a great place for Flooring Direct to throw down some carpet samples. Or I wonder if the cost is prohibitive, as Dan Ratcliffe told me, to do your whole home with just the little samples that they bring. That would be quite a bit of labor, but maybe they could do our small studio.
Yeah, it's possible, but they can definitely do your house with like the whole floor the normal way. And you can schedule that estimate. You can look at those little versions of the floor, the little champions, at your home today. FlooringDirectDFW.com/DZ. The phone number 972-449-9456. If you roll the dice and it's your lucky day, you'll get to meet Rick Renner. But one way or another, you're getting great floors, great price, great service at FlooringDirectDFW.com/DZ.
Oh yeah, wait a minute, Uncle Hotmail. Hey, Uncle Hotmail. Uncle Hotmail, look at me. Is there an email in your box for me?
BracketDan@hotmail.com, the most accessible member of the show. We'll receive your emails there.
jkemp88@gmail.com. I just realized I'd never do that. And I'm not trying to...
What's your preferred?
One even you, but...
Mine?
Do you have a preferred?
Yeah, bracketdan@hotmail.com.
Man, I was just thinking about how much I love Blake the other day. Just the fact that he's like... Yeah, he's like already my grandpa. Like, don't get a hold of me. Here's how you can get a hold of me. Don't.
All right, so viewer mail, let's see. I have a bunch. We could go with another follow-up on the fake baby bit. I told you I saw a lady, a girl, must have been a high school kid, at my gym with a fake baby. She was burping it, talking to a friend of hers. DH says, when I was in high school, we did a 2-week fake baby thing through health class, but we were paired up with a random girl.
Hey, now.
We had a doll, like was mentioned by others, and we had to take care of it for 2 weeks. You can imagine how happy our football coach was when a couple guys had to miss off-season workouts because the girl had a soccer game and couldn't watch the baby. No work got done in any class for 2 weeks because there was constantly a doll crying or something happening that interrupted the class. It was a huge part of our grade, so everyone had to take it pretty seriously. The whole point was to convince us not to get someone knocked up. Well, that worked. I'm 52, still have no interest in having a kid. Not going to happen. That's from DH.
That's pretty sick. No, I'm very proud of the education system after learning all this. I'd love to know how widespread it is, because I've been pretty blown away by the number of people who are like, yeah, I did that. It seems to span decades. We have people in their 50s, 40s, 30s that did this. By the way, did we ever do the Joe Judge, who used to be the coach of the Giants?
Yeah.
He's with Ole Miss now. And he was in court as some hearing or testimony as part of Trinidad Chambliss's eligibility nonsense. And he kind of went viral for basically saying then, listen, if you're with one of these I think they were asking him, like, what's his life like? And he's like, if you're with one of these players, you need to understand, like, he's not going to be being a father during the season. Like, we have expectations for him to be in. This is it. It's not. So yeah, that's interesting. The high school level.
It's never good when you have to clarify comments.
Is that the first thing that you saw?
Yeah.
Judge clarifies comments.
He just said I was trying to place importance on the NFL players' need for sleep and recovery.
Very important. That'd be the coolest thing about being a pro athlete, is when you'd be able to tell your wife that. You really want to mess with sleep and recovery?
This is
paying these bills?
Apology bingo 2. As a husband and father of 4.
Fantastic.
Horsfield.
Okay, I got an email from a guy who works in the medical field. He says, another listener and I trained under a guy who trained under this guy, and he linked this guy's website for me. Very funny name, okay? His name is Doctor. His first name is spelled D-R-O-R. His last name is Paley, P-A-L-E-Y. So his first, Dr. Orr.
Yeah.
But he's a surgeon. And he emailed after Dan told us about the leg lengthening procedures. And was it a documentary you had watched?
Mm-hmm.
What was it an old one? I couldn't remember the context of you bringing this piece of work up on the show.
I don't remember.
Okay.
What the context was. It was at least a decade ago.
Okay. Because I found some random one this morning, just like a 30 or 45 minute one, and watched it on leg lengthening in India.
Oh.
Yeah.
This was not in India.
So this guy...
Well, Columbus thought it was, but it was here.
This guy who trained with the doctor who did these said he spent a year with the guy. He told us a ton of Middle Eastern princes and wealthy people from India would fly over to have their arms and legs lengthened by this guy. He said the whole thing felt super shady. He only took cash, and it was treated like a resort where they would stay months through the lengthening process to have therapy, etc. Of course, it's in Palm Beach, Florida. You know, Epstein. Price is below if you're interested. On a somewhat sad note, these people have insanely weird proportions since their legs get super long and everything else doesn't change. Right. And I do think he sent some of the prices. So you can see it there.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Of course, they have different packages.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's like a spa.
The femur is $104,000.
Yeah, you're getting 2 inches. If you want the tibia,
The combo meal.
So just to get your shin lengthened is $115,000. Why would you just get that?
well, maybe. I mean, certainly there could be.
How do they come up with? Yeah, it's not $115 for all of them? They're like, no. The femur is only $104,500.
Well, they're trying to upsell you because you want to buy it as a package, group discount.
The highest, the femur lengthening followed by tibial lengthening. This is double there.
Palm Beach, Warsaw, or Abu Dhabi. Those are the only places you can get it.
Or I told the guy, I wrote the guy back, I was like, wow, what company for medical care. But the little documentary I watched.
I wonder if it's a lot less in Warsaw.
Well, in India, I was going to tell you.
Healthcare?
In India, they charge $20,000, and in this documentary, the guy said $75 to $100 in the U.S. And so that's about what was reflected in the prices this guy sent us. Same thing in India. The average height is like 5'3", and nobody has the money, average person, not even close to pay for that. But they do have enough crazy wealthy people. It's a very small number, and it's the gnarliest surgery I've ever seen in my life. Like, you were right, it's just screws. It's just,
and then they turn it a tiny bit every day.
Yeah.
And then the natural healing process.
And they're talking to the guy. They're talking to this one guy, and he's like, "There were days I wish I was dead." Like, the recovery is so bad. It's so bad. It started with Russian soldiers returning home from World War II, because of course it did. Like, somehow they figured out, with all these limbs that were getting blown around, how to mess with your joints. So hit us up if you've ever had your legs lengthened.
I got a mean email.
Mean?
Yeah.
That's no good.
This is from Cody, who has a problem with our anchored phrases bit.
Mm-hmm.
He says, I believe this originated with Blake. No surprise, since he didn't graduate college.
Jesus.
He says, you idiots have discovered idioms, a group of words established by usage as having a meaning not deductible from those of the individual words. I don't think that's right.
No, it's not.
Because I looked up idioms. Popular ones are it's raining cats and dogs, spill the beans, break a leg. You use all of those words on their own. We're saying specific words meant for cliches almost.
Cliche is not the right word, but we've
Well, you just roasted that guy.
yeah, he's wrong. He's wrong.
Words with Dan and xenophobic Blake get a pass. Jake, what the hell?
Spill the beans. He
Anyways.
thinks that that's similar to us pointing out that amok is only said next to run.
He says, anyways, love the show.
Can you weigh in here a little bit, not so I don't have to be the asshole? Like, you're also
I think he's
smarter
wrong.
than I am.
No, I
Okay.
think he's wrong. I got a couple anchor words for you.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Latchkey.
Kid.
Mm-hmm. That's on there.
I have consolation.
Prize.
And then kilter. This is okay. Now this, do you have more? Because these are within another email, and I wanted to read that.
Yeah,
one.
two. Laurels.
Can't
Rest on.
You're never waking up on them. Rampant.
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 Run rampant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rampant.
Inflation.
Rampant inflation.
ANT,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
That's a close one. We've done
Laurels.
Run rampant.
Laurel.
the well, never mind. That is what makes it not one.
Laurel.
What?
Like I was about to say disheveled. Sheveled. But that doesn't-
Unsheveled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so this guy had thrown in some anchor words, so I wanted to get rid of this one. Is a sign as well, Clayton. I have some visual on this. Dear Reverend, some young poon. With the talk of pedophilia all the rage right now, I want to share a sign which has been popping up in front of houses in the South Hills of Pittsburgh. This is is it a politician? It's Peter, full first name, Peter O'Brien.
Oh no.
Oh, no, he's not a politician. It's a realty guy. We all know Pete O'Brien. Pete O'Brien. Old Brian lived down the street. Used to coach the kids' team.
Let me tell you something.
Hangs out at the playground.
This would be one of the weirdest posters I've ever seen if this guy's his name was Peter Russell, excuse me. Like, describe the poster.
Yes, it is kind of I guess it's a public service type thing. It's a slow, please, children at play. So you've seen those put up by the city. But then there's, pictures of kids on it, and it's by Peter O'Brien, who is promoting his realty company.
And like all good realtors do, the little drawings of children are accompanied by a headshot of Pete O'Brien.
Yeah, no, it's if name Pete O'Brien with the little kids playing, you might want to just separate yourself a little bit. Also, this is from Aaron in Pittsburgh, who says, Grayson is my leader. Who's Grayson?
Angelo's other benefactor.
Yeah.
He's the guy that didn't quit.
I know.
He is offering up a protein ice cream flavor for us.
Okay.
Didn't we have?
Yes.
Because Bluebell now has protein ice cream, and certainly we can go with the salty nut. That's fun. Because I will grab the lowest hanging fruit, but he offers up cookies and cream pie.
Okay.
Yeah.
We need to get to work.
What is this along the lines of? Oh, we had like Middle Eastern
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a banger.
It's the best
Ben
bet
and
we've ever
Jerry's.
done.
ice cream money. I have one from Corbin as well. Very long email, and he attached some audio, which I think is difficult to hear, so I'm not going to play it, but it's the... he's been to a bunch of soccer games over there, and he's just talking about how the C word is real commonly used. In fact, it's in a chant. Like in the stadium, teams will chant certain things that everybody knows, and kids are chanting it and everything. It's the C word is
Glorious.
just whatever. It's like the S word, right? It's like a ref. They'll do bullshit chants.
Yeah. That can end up on
and
TV.
You're
and
like,
everybody's
oh no,
"Ah,
I don't want my little
come
kid
on.
doing the bullshit chant. But
Come on.
I think they think the C word is
Come
akin to
on.
that. It's like a whatever, yeah. P.S. though, Corbin, this caught my eye. I have a flex I've been meaning to send in. I've been married for 16 years. Right off the bat, we adopted the 2 comforters policy. So they each have a different blanket when they go to sleep. However, the wife is such a light sleeper and the room has to be perfect for her to fall asleep. No light whatsoever. If she even covers the tiny smoke detector light, and she uses a sound machine. So quickly, I found the solution of sleeping in separate rooms. Now we live in a house that has a similar setup to the den. So I started sleeping up there. Slowly, I moved my clothes and all my stuff there.
You're dang right you did.
For years now, it's been an amazing setup where at bedtime, we go our separate ways. It is the ultimate lottery win in marriage life. I stay up as late as I want. I often wake up early and hang out in my area till the kids and her wake up. How does this affect our sex life, you might ask? Well, it's also a great life hack because we now almost strictly have daytime sex, which is way better than late night sex. I thought you would appreciate that. That's from Corbin.
Seems like there's more going on there, resulting in the daytime sex thing. I don't know that just moving rooms will get that done, but I like what I'm hearing a lot.
I do too.
I like normalizing this.
I know. I need to leave this lying around the house.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, I left that email there. It's just for the show. You won't be interested in it. And then, then she'll want to read it.
No doubt.
No, don't read it.
This one's from Blake. He's the guy we had. Super accurately priced, tasty, good if you knew what to expect oysters with in California.
Oh, yeah. This guy.
This guy.
Dance things in movies that aren't real. People getting news so shocking they faint. I've never fainted before from news so shocking.
How about
I don't
anybody
know
fainting
anyone who
everywhere
has.
for anything?
Neither has anyone I've asked. He says, way too much going to the bathroom to splash water on your face to get through a tense situation or high pressure in life.
That's a great one. I'd love to see someone do that.
Yeah. Oh, shit. All right.
When you're not just totally wasted
Yeah.
trying to convince yourself you can drive.
Yeah, those are his 2 best ones. Oh, he did have a Zook story, which is not a slur. It's an autonomous driving vehicle that
Amazon?
Google, Amazon. Zooks, he said they were giving out free rides in Vegas, but my brother-in-law left his phone in the car. So this is something you don't think about. It's hard enough, if you leave it in a human Uber. I chased it down, but because there was no driver, it didn't know to stop. He had to take a taxi back to the area where we started, but it had taken his phone to their office. He then taxied there. By the time he took a taxi back to the strip, his free Zooks ride cost him $130 in cab rides.
Great.
At least you could track it, though, not like your dog.
That's true.
You can track that phone.
That's true.
I don't really have a gummy thought in here, but I know Gummy Thoughts is brought to us by Early Bird CBD. So we tend to do that during viewer mail if you guys have a gummy thought or two. But earlybirdcbd.com is what we want to focus on just for a moment to let you know that code is up and flying again. If you've never used it before, DumbZone 20 is now active. It is a single-use discount good for 20% off on earlybirdcbd.com. Load up. It's got the THC in it.
You see the news.
Yeah.
The weather is changing. You never know.
So take the edge off maybe in the evening. That's kind of the way I think we partake with the Early Bird. Put a smile on your face. That's what they say, Early Bird. So THC, if you don't know, it's the good stuff. And if you don't know, like some oppressive regimes that might employ you would tell you that's the bad stuff. And if you test positive for it, they will not let you be employed anymore. So
that's how you know.
Don't do the earlybirdcbd.com code DumbZone20 if indeed you will get fired from your job for using THC, because this has THC in it.
But you could use it to give a gift.
That's right, gift-giving.
Yeah, a couple quick ones here.
You
also
got a gummy
from Blake.
Oh, okay, sorry.
We can't put metal inside the microwave, but what's the inside of a microwave made out of?
Ooh.
I see literal screws on the inside of my microwave.
That is a gummy thought.
And then from Cactus, the headline is really the entire gummy thought, and it's Texas Stadium used to be a field, was then kind of a field, is now a field again.
Okay, it was a field, then they built the field.
Yeah, and now it's
the synthetic grass.
correct.
And now it is reverted to a field.
At some point, I guess everything goes back to field. You know, I don't know. Like, will North Richland Hills and Haltom City ever just be back to like farmland, like in 100 years?
If I ever win the lottery, that's what I'm going to do. Is I'm going to buy big buildings and just turn them back into fields.
That would rule. Like, you just drive down Stemmons and it's like, what happened?
Why can't we
Like,
put something there?
local
Field-
benefactor?
Actually,
he fielded it.
Foodie CK owns that.
Yeah, he's putting local fields everywhere. He's bringing fields back.
Like, you'll just put a field where the AAC is. The Mavs have moved. The
Yeah.
Stars have
100%.
moved.
Yeah, no.
There's a bunch of
there?
commerce, but there's just a field there.
Nothing.
And I'm
there.
running cattle on it for the ag exemption.
There we go.
So
Yeah, he's got bees.
I got two more. One including a snail mail I received. The first, there's a picture in there, Clayton. We were talking about Don Knotts for some reason.
Barney
And-
Fife from Andy Griffith, yeah.
And maybe if he could, what his
Different guy.
wife
Gomer
look
Pyle.
like, or I don't know. This email from Dirk, the swim coach, said Don Knotts could pull some wool.
Yeah. Yeah, I read a little bit about it.
So girls liked
afterward.
money back then.
No way.
It's not just the money.
Not a good-looking
though.
dude.
No,
Not a good-looking
looking dude. And even though I just confused him with Gomer, he's giving Gomer. Like, he was not the leading man. He was a fool foil.
Yeah, I would say most of the people around Andy Griffith were that.
Yeah.
That made him look better.
But if you go to Don Knotts' Wikipedia page, he is described as quite the pussy hound.
Incredible. Just like Mini-Me. I guess if you can get it.
What are you holding?
And then my final thing, I received this in the mail this week. Just an envelope. There's a bunch of people that signed it. It says, "Let time heal the pain and love heal the heart. May you take comfort in knowing others care." And then in writing, "We are sorry for your loss. Deb will be missed." The animal hospital wrote me a sympathies card for my dog that we put down like
And they all signed it.
2 months ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very personal.
Very kind.
You can tell that they've been thinking about it.
Now on the front with sympathy and its paw prints with hearts inside.
They didn't know that you're actually happy.
No, but then my wife saw the card and was like, "We don't even do this for dead kids."
Whoa.
Oh, like because she's a nurse.
Yeah. These
Love
people
it.
care more about animals.
I love your wife criticizing the other place.
But very sweet. Thank you.
I got to fit these in because we have a Dumb Zone baby announcement. But a little follow up on this because this guy, James, said, "I want to thank you for announcing the first Dumb Zone gender reveal back in August." His wife had emailed and he heard about the gender of his baby on the Dumb Zone. Isn't that exciting?
Mm-hmm.
It was cool.
He said, "Your pronouncement was correct, as my wife gave birth to an 11-pound, 5-ounce baby boy in February."
That's
11?
big, right?
Is that big?
I think that's pretty huge.
That's massive.
So we have a picture of
Nice.
James and baby. Looking back, it's obviously the baby was a byproduct from a burst of patriotism following the successful completion of Operation Midnight Hammer on June 22nd. Apparently that was, I looked it up.
Is that not Libya? Or
No, it's Iran, like taking out their nuclear capabilities.
the
So
one-
that's
okay.
when we already did that. And like, no, we forgot we did that.
Midnight Hammer, though.
I thought that's what he called
Yeah.
doing it that night.
That's
For
what I
sure.
thought at first, but then
Yeah.
I searched Operation Midnight Hammer. Indeed, June 22nd is when we bombed Iraq, trying to get rid of the nukes. Apart from his size, the doctor noted the baby had excellent musculoskeletal health.
Yes.
Always
No
punt.
need.
That's from James. He says, "P.S. My wife knows I am a DF. She said she is a DFW."
Okay.
Okay.
PPS, where's the handoff?
The people, the
They're
streets.
clamoring.
And I have another one regarding Blake.
Is it from Alec?
It is from Patrick.
Okay, you're safe.
He says, after listening to yesterday's show, I want to say thanks to Blake for his high school basketball bit on the Argyle Eagle broadcast. Here's what he's referring to, I believe. Let's see.
It's Roberson against Murphy in the isolation game at the top. Drives, kicks to the left wing to Dumpy. Dumpy now right side, Lecomte. Lecomte, long three from the top is short. Lackey with the offensive board, put back. 5 points for J.C. Lackey as Barber Hill now trails by just 6 at 32-26. Quickly back the other way. Earhart to Jernigan in the corner. Ifa for Threefa nails the corner three. Timeout Argyle.
So his one bit, I heard all game. Everything was just straightforward, but then Ifa for Threefa. This guy, Patrick, says, I'm Ifa for Threefa's dad.
No way.
Nice.
It was great having Blake on the call all year. You were correct. The production quality is better than most professional games. Patrick Jornigan.
Dude, we could have been hanging out all
Is her
this
last
year.
name Jornigan?
Jernigan.
Jernigan.
Dang it.
Hanging out? What were you going to do?
Well, we could have driven down to San Antonio together.
You don't want to do that.
With Patrick, I do. Got a lot to talk about. Barbers Hill, quite the challenge.
Okay.
Oh, this could be kind of a drop promotion as well. Then we'll go to break. Beth, not drop Beth.
That's very cool, by the way. It's very cool.
That one of the
Yeah.
dads listens?
Yeah, you probably sometimes have the moments of like, why am I?
Sure.
It's cool.
Blake having those moments?
Yeah. The parents. And you shelved all of your more offensive nicknames for her that you were workshopping with us.
Beth, not drop Beth, works as a librarian. She said she just found Stratomatic football game and was sending us some information on that. Thought you would love it. But then ended it with P.S. Can't wait to see you all live in person at Zoli's on 3/26.
Yes.
You
fortnight from today.
She says you should bring Kip and Bodie. They have a dog-friendly patio. That's not surprising with Jay, right? Having a dog-friendly patio?
We're going to have to
It's in the name.
up the contract with Jay and Connie Rosso and Zoli if they want a Kip and Bodie appearance.
Ooh.
That's big time, dude.
Appearance fee?
Riders are
Yeah.
nuts.
All right, we good for viewer mail?
Yeah.
Tim Cowlishaw next?
I hope.
All right. Mechanical. So anyway, he had another HVAC company. And he said there was a part that needed fixed, but the labor would be $4,000. And turned off my heater and gas for safety reasons, and then said it'll be 2 weeks for them to replace it.
Sweet.
So he said he was already planning on calling CommMech. And then he says in parentheses, I've shortened community mechanical.
Yes,
Anyway.
he has. We'll let him own
can't
that
talk.
one.
For an alternate quote, but also to see if they might have a better response time. Now he says, everything I've heard about this company on your podcast is true. I called the office, left a voicemail, had a return call within 5 minutes. Explained the situation. The lady I spoke to gave me emails for both Drew and Travis, asked I explain it to them. I sent all the info, including photos of my equipment. I put in the subject line that I'm a Dumb Zone listener that needs help. They call me 9 minutes later. They gave a ballpark estimate over the phone. It was a quarter of the price the other company quoted me. They sent one of their technicians to the supply store a couple hours later to get the parts. They have the parts in hand. They were at my house 8:30 a.m. the next morning to complete the work. And really, he goes on, there's a lot longer thing where they also discovered like a gas leak that was in his, because his wife had smelled. Anyway, he says they're the real deal. They have a customer for life. You have my permission to use my name, all that kind of stuff. But we've gotten tons of these, though.
Feels good.
Yeah.
Just to know that people are, they're saving people from the cold, from getting ripped off. And they're our boys.
Yeah,
I'm proud of
it's communitydfw.com and the number that you can call or text, and they'll return your text, 469-667-7290.
Hi, Rick Renner for Flooring Direct. Back in my TV days, I used to think negative publicity was better than no publicity at all. That's not the case at Flooring Direct. We thrive on reviews. A 4.7 Google star rating, top of Home Advisor and Best Picks. I won 13 of these babies in TV, but there's nothing comparing to the Super Service Award on Angie's List for 2 decades running and still champion. Get your free estimate today.
We've got the best prices at Flooring Direct.
Quality Roofing, we've got drones.
Boy, they do. And they're going to take those drones, fly them up top, and get a good look at that roof and inspect it.
They will. I never knew that until you told me last week.
The whole lead up.
I was last week years old when you told me that Quality Roofing has drones. But yes, apparently the insurance companies recommend you get your roof inspected twice a year. I think that's a little ridiculous. Let's at least make it once, though.
But the drone makes sense now, though. Because you don't, I mean, if you're going to be going up there, once, twice a year?
Yeah.
You're going to need a drone for that.
QualisGC.com. They're great. They're great with listeners of our show. We've had, tons of people just come up to us and tell us how awesome the experience was with Qualis. I don't have to have anybody to tell me how awesome my experience was. They put a new roof on my house. I wasn't sure if I needed one. I knew that we haven't had a new roof in over a decade. And they went up there, inspected it, and they're like, yeah, you got a lot of hail damage here, man. So we'll take care of it. They took care of everything. They dealt with the insurance company for us. I didn't have to do all the calls on that end, and all we paid is the deductible. So Qualis Roofing. Go to QualisGC.com. Do they have a number?
They do. The phone number is 817-500-9008. And all of those are interesting copy points. But there's one final one.
That's where he was leading you guys in it.
It doesn't matter.
Quality Roofing, we've got drones.
I just got rear-ended. Should I call the insurance company?
It's always best to talk to us before dealing with the insurance company.
Okay, but I don't think I can afford a lawyer.
Don't worry. You don't pay us anything up front. No hidden fees, no surprises.
Oh, thank you. I feel so overwhelmed right now.
Before you call the insurance company, call Frankel first. Frankel and Frankel. Call 214 or 817 all threes.
Let's get real. There's been a stigma around low testosterone and erectile dysfunction. At game day, we say any guy who walks in the door, comes in, and we shake his hand, come on in. There's no shame in your game. You know, we're going to treat you just like a brother. We're going to make you feel comfortable, and we're going to get you in and out of there as fast as you want. And if you think about it, half of guys are going to struggle with these issues, whether it's ED, low T, over 1 in 4 guys are going to struggle with low testosterone at some point. It's time to just make this stuff normal, right? And at game day, that's what we do.
Trident Access Services, I had garage door bad, but after just one email wrote, could I call your dad? Had a brand new door put in just a single day. Trident Access Services, holy crap, hooray.
Give up.
Door was sad and sucky, flaccid at its best. But Jeremy and the fellas said, just put your fear to rest. If you need some help like me, just call the boys today. Trident Access Services, holy crap, hooray.
Yeah, the website is txtrident.com. Hit up Jeremy at 817-512-1212. And we learned through Grady that if you're a listener, you get 10% off.
I want a show-sponsored piss jar.
Have you used it yet?
No, I haven't used it yet. It hasn't come up yet, but
Because I had to do that over the weekend.
Oh, on that long drive?
Yeah.
What'd you do? You pulled over like a human and went outside.
No.
Oh.
what'd you do?
I bought in my car. I have quart-sized Ziploc bags.
You peed in a bag?
Mm-hmm.
That's so much worse than
And then where do
anything
you
I've
put it?
done.
Well,
It's
okay.
sloshing around.
Allow me to represent myself.
And then you're holding it, it's warm.
If I may, first of all, okay, a bottle, tiny little thing you got to fit your thing in.
No, you don't.
The bag is big. You open it up. It holds enough. You zip it up, put it on the ground, and then
Zip it with what?
a Ziploc bag.
Is it an actual zipper thing?
Yes, this is a freezer dried, so you get to just close it.
Just a bag of piss?
Until you get where you're going, and then you pour it out and throw it in the trash.
Dude, that
I
is
think
asking for disaster.
That's so much worse.
Yes, I'm tiptoeing the line here, but I felt way better.
Mine,
and I didn't drink out of it.
Screw the top on it, and it's shut. The bag? I don't trust a
Jake's gonna be
bag
taking a
of
victory lap
liquid, dude.
forever on this
A
now.
bag of liquid. I've never heard of that in my life. I've never heard in my life.
I got it from someone else, and when I heard about it, I mocked it, but here I am.
God, that's so bad.
So I can't support Jake. So I'm against both of them. I'm with Jake on the you should do it in this jar that I could seal shut.
The bag is sealed.
No, it's really not, though.
What do you mean?
A bag is never
it's not
really
spilling
sealed.
everywhere.
But where Jake loses me is that
Why don't you trust bags?
that thing would then be my pee jar, and I would never ever drink out of it again. So that's
the bag. You just dump it and you're done with it.
now Jake might.
What do you mean done with? You're
Jake would dump it
reusing
and
the
then
bag?
reuse
no,
the bag.
No, I'm saying don't throw the bag of piss in the trash. Dump it out.
Ooh,
and then
what if you throw it at a car next to you? Your buddy's driving by you.
Nothing's stopping you.
That'd be great.
Hey, you pass someone in the left lane and they're going the speed limit, just chunk it at them.
Yeah.
Piss bomb them.
No, I support that. I just, as a matter of disposal, that's.
I'll go ahead and say it. I'm ahead of my time.
Yeah. You're brave to say that.
No puppet.
The Dumb Zone.
When I buy my wife, at the start she was cook good, her vagina work well, and she's strong on plow. But after 3 years, when she was 15, then she become weak, her voice become a deep Borat, Borat. She receive a hair on her chest, and her vagina hang like sleeve of wizard.
Huh. Jeez.
You're listening to The Dumb Zone.
Yesterday was Business Wednesday. Remember, Blake or Jake?
I do.
Thank you, Sean Kernan. Anyway, if you would like to do some business with the Dumb Zone, we were at a lunch with a bunch of people who do. Sales@dumbzone.com. Generic summer event opportunities abound. One company, do you remember way back when Fairlease emailed that very email address?
I do.
And said, hey, would you guys advertise for a one of the greatest companies in the history of DFW? And we were like, sell us on it. What'd they tell us, Jake?
They said we'll
like
lease
that?
you on it at Fairlease, fairlease.org. We have a phone number directly for DZ listeners now, 972-705-4815. I haven't come up with anything better than 972-705-PIZZA. So that's what we're going with.
That
Ask for
actually
Connor.
works?
I think so. Ask
All
for
right.
Connor.
I
Ask
think
for
so
Nick.
isn't
No, I
good.
tried it.
Oh.
Ask for Connor. Ask for Nick. Fairlease, backed by the Credit Union of Texas. They can give you a great deal on a lease. They'll go get the car. They'll find it wherever it is in the nation, in the country. They'll find it. They'll bring the car right to you. If you got a bad lease, they can help you get out of that. We've had a ton of listeners with D&M leases that they got out of with Fairlease. So check them out, 972-705-4815, fairlease.org.
Joining us now in studio, the Game Day Men's Health Studio, downtown Dallas, the Fox 4 building, the great Tim Cowlishaw.
Yeah.
Hey.
All right.
Hey, Tim. Great friend.
Solid round of applause there.
Good dude. My book leader. Still reading a lot? Or are you like, nah, I don't do that anymore?
I'm on book 13 this year.
Jeez.
Where are we? Mid-March?
All right, question.
Yeah. Don't ask me what to name the 12 books I've read.
No.
Okay. Yes.
Do you do audiobook?
No.
Do you consider
It's
that?
cheating.
Thank you.
It's not reading. It's
Thank
listening.
you. There
It's
you go.
okay. I mean, you can educate yourself or learn, but that's not reading.
So I have a
Sorry.
close friend.
I'm
Actually
with
saw him
Okay,
recently.
I'm against these guys. These guys, oh, no.
No, don't want me into
Close.
that.
I have a close friend who loves knowledge, loves literature. He
Yeah.
is blind fully.
Okay.
And so
okay.
he-
Fine.
I think he's got to learn
If
Braille.
you-
Yeah.
Dan says he's
not reading.
He's illiterate.
Like, a blind person can't watch a movie, right?
Well,
So he can't read a book. It's just he's never going to experience what we experience. The greatness of reading a book.
True.
To be able to build that story within your own mind. To mispronounce words. That
And
you see.
truthfully-
I'm also not an e-reader. That is reading, Kindles or whatever. I read one book that way 10, 15 years ago and didn't care for it. There was a time,
Man,
actually,
you're
when
like me.
when my book came out, not to promote my book on here, my Drunk on Sports, available on
Fantastic book.
Amazon.com. I was told at that time more than 50% of the book sales were Kindles and e-readers. And it was going all that way. And like right after mine came out first, just that format, it started shifting back the other way. And now there's way more hard copies of books sold than ebooks.
I can actually read that book now. I think there was a time where I was like, yeah, I read the first chapter and I was like, maybe not right now.
When
Maybe
you were
not.
literally...
You needed to get to a certain point in your life to where
yes.
I was
I needed
definitely
to
that
be.
Have you heard that from people? Like I was
no,
too
that-
deep in it. I didn't want to read your story.
No, I haven't really. That was more me. Although I read two books, one by Pete Hamill, A Drinking Life,
Yeah.
and another by a woman's name I can't remember. 5 to 10 years before I stopped drinking, when I was on one of my, I'm not going to have a beer for 60 days.
Yeah. Maybe some yoga.
And
Read a
and
book.
you feel very empowered when you're doing that. And all of a sudden, I'm better than all these people who are drinking. Even though I know in my head, I'm going to go right back to it here soon. But yeah, it was hard. And I had trouble watching like, or listening to interviews with people from Hollywood, like at an Oscars party or somebody said they don't drink. And that would always bother me. Like, why don't they drink? Come on. I don't want to be, I can't relate to that.
Yeah, I actually specifically remember when I was thinking about the last time we had you on, or the last couple times we had you on, I was definitely still in it. And I don't think I've seen you since I wasn't. And I remember you said something like, "Oh, I'm going to visit my daughter and wherever she lived at the time, New York City or something."
Yeah, it still does.
And I was thinking like, what do you do? Like, you don't drink.
Well,
It's like, what are you're gonna go to New York City with your adult daughter? Like, what I would do if I went with my dad or my mom, we'd go to a cool bar and we'd find whatever. We'd do that for. I remember thinking then, like, what do you even do?
My first
and
trip
now
to
I would
New-
be. We just went again. Sorry, sober, and it was like, dude, it was the greatest time of my life.
No,
It was
that's
just, there's so much to
that's
do.
a great point. When you do this, you don't realize it's more than just, okay, I'm not going to have a drink. There's a lot of things in your life the way you've looked at things. And the first time I went to New York, that's how I felt. It's like, I don't really know what to do here. What am I going to do? Go to my hotel room at 9:00, which is kind of what I do now by choice. But now I love New York. But even for a while after that, I had trouble I've never really had trouble going to bars and not drinking, but I had trouble going to a good bar restaurant that's playing Sinatra. It's like, oh God, I can't listen to this and not have a drink. So there are, in Vegas, the first couple of times I went there, it's like, this is a weird place to be, to not have a drink.
How long's it been? Sorry, I interrupted you.
It's okay. Who are you? Who are you over there? It has been...
I'm the guy that can handle his booze.
Yeah, you set him up for that.
Such a heavy drinker, I know. 16 years. It'll be 17 in May.
What's the day?
May 9th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you remember your day?
Yeah, I do. It's my own personal 9/11. 9/11.
Isn't that why you got married on that day too? Like, just so I can remember all the shit.
Yep.
It's easier that way.
Yep.
Just keep it all lined up.
Do you do anything on May 9th? Do we have some kind of a party?
No, I post a little thing on Twitter.
Do you do anything on your birthday? This was an argument the other day because it was my birthday and I do not care to celebrate that. And like, I'm an adult.
I'm not a big, like I think we're all open about our age here. I turned 70 last year. So I didn't have
You look awesome.
Incredible.
Thank you. 71 later this month. Clean living for 16 years.
What I know is that means Chris Berman is 70 because he was the original.
I always like to think of people like
who look worse than you.
Yeah,
Chris Berman looks. Yeah,
Osama bin Laden. I'm older than he is, even though he's been dead for 10 years now. But
I started the game.
I read a book about him and saw he was born in 57. It's like I was born in 55, and Bruce Bochy got a laugh out of it that I was 2 months older than he was. He was like, you're a 55 guy? I said, yeah, March. He goes, oh, I'm May.
Yeah, I started older than Berman with Tim Cowlishaw because when I looked up that they were the same age, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, Jake would do a game
He was
called
like 59 years old. I'm like, what?
He
was on TV at a much younger
celebrity
age.
that you would see, and they are older than Berman.
It was shocking.
Jake would bring that up.
I get very excited when there's still a coach like Rick Pitino or somebody who's older than Pete Carroll. It was good to have him back in the league for a year. I'd like to get Belichick back in the league. There's been a couple guys cycle through the NBA, but I really liked when Hubie was calling games.
Would have been nice to get Belichick here in Dallas. I'm sure you guys would have hit it off.
Oh, yeah.
Boy, that would have been great. So great. Have you ever dated anyone that was born like in, I don't know, 1982? Like, what is
82?
Belichick's girlfriend? When was she born?
1982, you'd be 43.
Okay, you just
really? Okay, I'm dating myself.
You said you read my book, so you must have forgotten part of it.
Bill Belichick's girlfriend was born in like 2003. Go on?
Well, when I was in the hospital, I talked about my girlfriend visiting me there in Parkland. And she was somewhat younger at the time. Still would be if I knew her.
But not 24 years old to 70. Like, what is Belichick's?
No.
It's incredible.
It was 52 to 28.
That's still pretty
And how was that?
At the time?
Did it actually like make you feel younger or did it make you feel older?
Well, it didn't make me feel older, but it was very normal to me. I know that sounds bad and whatever, but she was not a typical 28-year-old. She was a huge Steely Dan fan. Not many people 25 years younger than us that travel all around the country seeing Steely Dan.
You're probably both kind of meeting in the middle at like late 30s. Like you're 52-ish, but you're like, I'm not
but
52.
I was trying to be 40, and
she's a little,
she was an old soul or whatever. So she was.
You could see that at 28. If it was like 22, it'd feel a little.
Let's not spend too much time here.
Yeah.
So
for her sake.
Fox 4, though. You said you've been in this building many times. I would have assumed.
Not many. Yeah, well, many, yes.
You've been here over the years.
Once for an interview with Ducey when my book came out. It's the only time I've been on with them on a Sunday night.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And
that's odd.
And that was an interesting interview. A
How so?
He challenged me a little bit, and he said, you know, and he said her name, so I guess I can say her name. He said, you know, Jane McGarry lost her job pretty much because of same thing that happened to you. You didn't lose yours. Why is that? And I said, because the Dallas Morning News didn't know about it. Because where I got arrested, nobody saw the police report. I was in Greenville, Texas.
That's right.
And it said William Cowlishaw. So nobody picked up on that.
Wasn't there a way you kept your name out of the...
It was never in the paper or anything like that until I wrote a column about it.
Okay.
But, yeah, it never did make any kind of news.
One of the small benefits of driving that drunk, you might end up
driving drunk 40 miles from Dallas.
So far away.
If you're going to do it.
Yeah.
And people know
you
you
thought
are.
you were heading home?
I'm having a small
I thought I was going to Coppell, and I was in Caddo Lakes.
Okay.
That's probably a bad sign.
I'm not trying to take a run at Ducey here, but what business is it of yours what NBC5 does?
I think it's a fair question.
You worked for
prominent, she was more prominent.
Big time media guy in Dallas.
She got a DUI and I believe lost her job. At the time. And, you know, why didn't that happen to you? I think it's a fair question.
I just don't know what you say.
Or why didn't I get suspended?
Certainly they could have done that.
Yeah. But had they known, they might have suspended me for a couple weeks or done something. But they didn't know until I told them. So that's one of the benefits of that. But the better part of this story, the Fox Studios, which I had trouble finding, but eventually got around here. This is where we taped the Jimmy Johnson show back in all those days, 92 and 93.
Back when you would hang out with him and
when we
have
would go
some Heinekens.
From here, I didn't drink Heinekens. I drank just...
he did, right?
Yeah, he drank Heinekens. We went over to On the Border, which was in the West End, and Rhonda, Rhonda and myself. And I would drink Pacificos or Coronas or something. And he would drink Heinekens. And just a couple and watch whatever football game was on and just talk on those Thursday nights. And so it was in this studio. And so that was, and the funny thing about that is when he was going into the Hall of Fame, he couldn't remember who the host of the show was, and neither could I. And we thought maybe it was Paul Crane, but we're still not totally sure. And nobody dug up any tapes. So whoever the host was, Jimmy was going to thank him or something in his speech, but he didn't. But so I came here many times for that. But other than that, I haven't been here since.
So that's really wild. So you're just at the bar with Jimmy Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
Are people coming up all the time and interrupting
People
you?
come up. No, but they come up infrequently. The place isn't very crowded usually. And they come up and he'll sign an autograph and he'll be sort of polite. And unless they say, we're from Arkansas too. And he'll quickly go, I'm not from Arkansas. I'm from Port Arthur. Which it's much better to be from Port Arthur than it is to be from Arkansas.
Separating yourself from Jerry too there.
And then one time somebody came up and either wanted to shake my hand or ask for an autograph, and Jimmy got a huge kick out of that. But no, it was very, very low key. But I found out, it wasn't stuff I'd go write the next day, but I learned a lot about the Jimmy Jerry relationship and the failure it was headed towards and all the rest.
So when the actual firing or quit or whatever, you actually weren't surprised, perhaps?
I still was, because they'd been through a lot, and I didn't think it was getting worse. And like the entire world, nobody walks away from winning 2 straight Super Bowls with a chance to, with a real good chance to be the only coach to win 3 in a row, except that's exactly what Jimmy did with the nice push from Jerry.
One of the reasons I wanted to have you in is it feels like we're in a weird time with local sports, and you wrote about it all. So I still can't really make sense of the fact that Cuban doesn't own the Mavericks, despite reporting from one of your colleagues recently that there might have been a bid coming together to repurchase the Mavericks. It seems unlikely. And it seems so. If it's unlikely that we're removing the Dumonts from the equation, it just seems like we're headed towards a scenario where the Stars play in Plano, the Mavs play, in Irving or something. The AAC's done. There's no relationship between the two teams. It just seems like the 2000s, the era of sports I grew up with, is just over. Like it's just a different time.
And I hate that part about the AAC, especially. I moved in 2007 to the building next to the W. I think it's called the Terrace.
Mm-hmm.
And I lived there for 2 or 3 years before I moved up into Uptown. But so that was 5 years into the American Airlines Center being built. And all this stuff that was kind of promised for Victory Park hadn't happened yet. And some of it has now, and some of it still hasn't, but most of it has. And at the time, it was very frustrating, kind of waiting for something other than $300 blue jean stores to be available, or extremely high-end bars down in that area. And now they've built it up, and there's restaurants, and there's bars, and there's Jimmy John's and Starbucks and normal things that they originally wouldn't allow there. And in 5 years, it's not going to be a desert, but I don't think either team will be there. I don't think there's a chance in hell the Stars are staying, and the Mavericks are going to have their own place. So that building, when it hits 30, other than the fact it doesn't have enough parking because of Ross Perot and because of the way that deal was done with Cuban, although they've kind of massaged that, and there's a decent amount of parking, but they'd like to have more. Other than that, there's not a ton wrong with that building. It may not be perfect, but it's still, when you look around it, it feels fairly new, or it feels relevant.
It doesn't feel dated.
You understood why Reunion was great. Reunion had no suites. The last building built of all the arenas around the country without suites. So you knew its time was not going to last because they needed those. This place has more suites. I think the Staples Center might be the only place that has more suites than the AAC. So it just, I find it very, and I like teams being downtown, and I like being able, whether I'm in Dallas or somewhere else, to walk to restaurants. I hate the idea of the Stars being in Plano, but that's where they want to go. And I don't know where the Mavs are going to be, but it'll be closer, but unless it's City Hall, and I can't imagine they pull that thing off. They'll be gone too. So I agree with you. It's a very turbulent time for local fans.
Why won't they just rip that down and build it there? Is it because it couldn't be casino ready and they don't own everything around it?
Yeah,
the AAC site.
The ownership of the land around it is the biggest reason. That's why the Stars feel they have to leave. The Mavericks could probably get by with it, but they don't want to get by with it. They want their own deal and their own place. And whether it ever has a casino or not, they want to own the businesses and the parking and the things around it that they don't own at this time.
Like, they're all going to make billions or tens of millions of dollars, but the way I look at it is that you're turning the knob somewhere between all the way to just F the fans, we're going to make as much profit as we can, or we're not worried about making money so much at all, and everybody's somewhere in the middle. And I don't think that the people who own the Mavs now give a shit at all about the AAC. Like, I don't think they have any tie to it, and they're just
when you hear Rick Welts talk about it, it's pretty clear as soon as he got here, we need a new arena, we need a new building, we need this, we need that.
No, what you need is to own the stuff around it, is what you want. Yeah. You don't need a new building. We're just in this. It's a tough time.
They don't share those revenues, right?
Right.
With all the stuff they own around the building.
Right.
That's why all sports teams want that. It's an incredible scam.
There's a bunch of teams that have pulled that off in that sport, and in baseball, the Braves and the stuff around their place. And so one team does that, and everybody looks at it and goes, "Oh, look at the money they're making doing that. We got to have that." But my question would be, the Stars have their place up in Plano. The Mavs have a similar sized place down here. They all want the building full 300 nights. I mean, there aren't enough concerts coming through to fill all this stuff. How's that battle going to play out? And what is left at all for American Airlines Center?
The Mavs strategy was also different. You remember Jerry Jones' strategy was he's going to do something he would never do. He hired Bill Parcells. Like, let's get this team relevant, people talking about them, and then we can get the thing passed, and we'll get the stadium for free and all that, or whatever. The Mavs were like, what if we come in and trade the most popular, like, let's kind of shit on your best player ever as well in the process, like the Dirk thing. Yeah, we like hard workers, and didn't mention Dirk. I know your job is your job, so you do cover the Mavs still, but I can't watch them. I can't do any. I can't support. You can't say I got rid of Nico and then.
Let's not pretend I'm watching every minute of this team play.
Yeah, just the bigger stories you're aware of.
Pretty awful.
Yeah, they're awful, but just the supporting them or like, hey, but they got Cooper Flagg and let's go. Come on, guys.
Yeah,
well, that's what someone told Dumont.
They've got
before
Cooper
they bought it is, don't worry, fans, they're always going to come back. They're always going to come back. Rick Welts was probably hired and told them, don't worry, we'll weather this. They'll come back because they're idiots. And I'm not coming back. I'm not coming back for Patrick Dumont.
Even if you go to the positive side and say they've got Cooper Flagg and look down the road and they can build around that, you got two teams within 250 miles, Oklahoma City and San Antonio, that are built to win 5 championships each. They're just going to beat each other to death. With all of Oklahoma City's talents and all its number 1 picks coming, and with what Wembanyama is and what the Spurs are, there's nothing the Mavs can do. They can get lucky and win the lottery again this year, and they're not going to be close to the Thunder or Spurs level. And then then trying to build on top of that when they don't have picks, they're just going to have to make the greatest trades of all time. So it's very grim in terms of seeing this team contending in the West again, like they did twice with Luka, Western Conference Finals and NBA Finals.
I mean, think of the long road it took to get to Luka into the finals.
I mean, and that road was not as long as it is for some other teams. Ask the Sixers how picking in the top 5 goes. The Mavs were only really bad for a couple of years.
Yeah, but they have a gem player that's like one of the next one. I think Luka better than Cooper Flagg in the long run, but they're saying Cooper Flagg could be another, generational guy, but still, it's just not easy. Okay, now we got Cooper Flagg. We'll be in the finals in a few years. You got to do a lot of stuff and figure that out.
The finals in a few years. Second round of the playoffs in a few years.
The hardest thing for me, even if they sucked, it's just the ownership group, and it has nothing to do with politics. It really is just I can't imagine looking at Dumont again holding a trophy and being excited.
Does that affect you with the Cowboys?
No, and I think that this whole thing has been an interesting recalibration of, did I not appreciate Cuban enough? And I think I did. We were critical of Cuban quite a bit, but I think we knew you would always backstop that by saying, like, he does give a shit. He does care.
He cared about fan issues that most owners do not. Unquestionably.
And I felt blessed to live in a city that had that. We don't have the traditions of some of the East Coast cities, so having a Maverick owner was kind of our thing. And in a sense, that's what Jerry is also. And I don't, I'm not going to defend Jerry, but I also think he gives a shit. He just, his ego prevents him from doing the one thing that he would need to do to ultimately be successful. But I do think he's passionate about it. I think he's engaged. I think he's fired up. I think Dumont wants to make decisions as if he's engaged and have a voice as if he's engaged and helicopter in and give Mark Aguirre his jersey retirement and tell somebody that we're making a trade, and then he leaves.
Yeah.
I think that's a huge difference. I think we just got stuck with one of the least sports-loving owners in the whole game. Seriously. And it resulted in what we got out of Luka. Well, speaking of the Jerry situation,
one more Mavs thing, because you mentioned I just want to know, do you have some beef long-standing with Mark Stein? Only because when he reported that, we said what you said right away. This is ridiculous.
Okay.
Mark Stein had whatever. It was a report that there's a group of investors,
an unknown group of investors, was going to get with Mark Cuban
Mavs
and buy the Mavericks.
And what we said, or what I said, was, you know what? I've heard that for years. Like, I got a group of investors. We're going to buy the ticket. Oh, okay. Go ahead. Like, no, it's not. First, you have to have a willing seller.
You have to have a willing seller, or you have to have a comment from Cuban, or you have to identify the investors, or I have to have a quote from the unknown investors.
Anyway, so I thought it was just a total non-story, and it's turned out to be.
Long-standing beef, not at all. I have actually, back when I had Stars season tickets, I took him to a Buffalo Sabres game or two. He's a massive Buffalo Sabres fan. And I've known Mark for 30 years.
You you said he's Mark Cuban's mouthpiece.
I intimated that by typing.
By typing, you are Mark Cuban's mouthpiece, yeah.
Yeah.
Or not surprising coming from
and I didn't take that down. And so, yes,
I credit you
did
tremendously for that.
Yeah.
Because so many people will.
A lot of people didn't credit me on Twitter. Mark has about 1 million more followers than I do. And so they were all over me for about 24 hours. And then some kind of said, this doesn't seem to be much to this story. He's already backing away from it. So there were a couple of reasons I did that. And I don't want to get into everything. But it's not. No, I don't have he may have one with me after I type that. But I don't have any beef with Stein. I just believe that was clearly a non-story and needed to be pointed out.
But he perhaps is one of those guys like you. Don't you identify certain media guys with, clearly he's getting this from Micah's agent. Clearly he's getting this from Stephen Jones.
Mark's done a really good job of covering Mark Cuban.
Okay.
Yeah. Excellent job.
So you think that came from Cuban?
First on a lot of stuff.
Just to whitewash Cuban's name a little bit. It's like, oh look, the hero might ride in on the white horse.
People got pretty excited for a few hours.
When I first, but then it's also you're a little upset with Cuban as far as this whole thing is concerned. You sold to these people at below market value.
Yeah,
kind of in the middle of the night, the way the Luka trade was done. There was no bidding process. We didn't hear about it for months.
We were reassured that it was going to be one way. It wasn't that way.
He's got control, and
go back and read some of those articles.
Jeannie Buss could actually put that in a contract.
Read the articles from that time. It's shocking how direct Cuban's quotes are.
Yeah.
Of I am in charge of basketball.
I'm in charge of basketball operations,
and it reassured us all. Yeah.
And I think he obviously put it out there. Now, whether he really ever had an understanding that would happen or whether he was trying to force that to happen, I think that's the question. I don't think there was ever probably an indication from the new owners that he was going to be that. But he thought if he said it loud enough, these people are going to let me do it for a couple of years.
Yeah, Tim McMahon had reported on that a little bit, that Cuban would kind of come in the locker room saying one thing and then ownership the next day is like, he's not involved.
Yeah.
But if he
it's
did,
because he's a smart guy,
right?
And if he really wanted that, it would have been written.
Yeah, if he could have gotten it.
Yeah.
So obviously he could not have.
Yeah.
And now they're going to buy more of his stock, and he'll have even less say. Although I guess that doesn't matter if you don't have a majority interest. What difference does it make?
Well, that's one story, but also another story is. He's now kind of an advisor that Patrick Dumont will lean on a little bit.
Yeah, where'd that go?
I don't know what to buy.
That showed up, and then all of a sudden it was like, everyone meet Matt Riccardi. Like, what?
To that end, I think that's Dumont trying to placate the fans. Okay, we'll call Cuban an advisor, and that'll make people happy because everybody here seems to think he knows what he's doing.
It's like getting Dirk signing off on hiring this head coach.
Right.
Oh, okay. Dirk said it's all right. Cool.
So I am the lone, I guess, shoddy defender. These guys can't stand him.
Really? Well, what did he do to
I don't not stand
make you
him,
not
but
stand
we
him?
just don't think he's going to be a successful NFL head coach.
We're not good people over here.
No?
Okay. And so while I do think that probably a show like Ted Lasso has a lot of value for a lot of people, it might be a well-done show, and
You're not fans.
The best way to describe our show is not fans of Ted Lasso.
Okay.
And he just gives and has the Ted Lasso vibes. But me, I'm at a point in my life now where I like it. I'm like, I love that this guy's so positive and kind of dorky. But what I think is fascinating, and you see it now, at least with the hire the defensive coordinator and maybe some of what they're doing in free agency, he kind of appears to be in charge. He seems to be, at least relative to even McCarthy.
Yeah.
Maybe McCarthy didn't want to be. It's just they have this guy who kind of fell bass backwards into this job, and he seems to be really.
They're giving him
he
more
has
rope
the trust
than,
of the Jones family.
Either he or Christian Parker have taken over the entire enterprise, and we'll see how that plays out. My general thing on Schottenheimer was it was he didn't show anything in his first year that says this is really going to work. He took a team that was 7-10 and got the coach fired, and he got Dak for 17 games, and he went 7-9-1. So he got him a half game up in the standings. So there was no progress on that front. You want to blame everything on the defensive coordinator? They like to do that around here. Do that year after year. That always absolves the head coach. You can do that. But we'll have to see how much better it's going to be this year. I think his enthusiasm is good. I don't know that his offense was wildly different from Mike McCarthy's, but it was successful. They had a much better number 2 receiver than McCarthy ever had.
Wasn't that the point of retaining him, so that the offense is not wildly different?
He knows the language.
Yeah, but I remember in that press conference, there were a lot of times Shotty had to bite his lip when Mike was in charge. Remember that?
That's right, yeah.
Had to bite his lip over there. Won't have to bite his lip anymore. So, okay. What
you're
was he
intimating then that we're going to open things up.
We're going to do something. And you know, the offense was very successful, but they got a much better running back. They got George Pickens. Dak was healthy for 17 games. So I don't know. I don't really feel strongly like I don't think he's going to be a disaster. I don't think there's any reason to think he's going to be a big upgrade or get this team to a NFC championship game or anything like that. And I think he'll be here 4 or 5 years and then Jerry will make one more hire.
One more.
Well, he'll make his next hire. I shouldn't say that.
Well, he said that's why he says stuff like that all the
Right.
time, which I think gives us license to mention it. He'll
Yeah.
bring it up when they're talking
Right.
about the draft. You know, he's like, I don't know about linebacker. I'm going to die soon.
Yeah.
He basically
he does throw it in there
Whoa.
more often.
Whoa.
But yeah, I don't know. I wrote a thing this morning. I initially sort of liked what they did Monday, but now this idea that Max Crosby's available and no, we don't need him now. We got Rashawn Gary. The price has fallen to below what you were willing to pay. You can get him for less than 1 and a 2, and now you don't want him, and you just got rid of your second best defensive tackle to San Francisco. What exactly are you doing over there?
Yeah, they have work to do for
So
sure.
it's all
Baltimore gave him a playbook, too. They can get out of that Rashawn Gary thing.
Has he had his physical yet?
Man.
Have we taken a real look at Rashawn Gary's knees?
Yeah, people would freak.
So
speaking of that, just real quick, what do you?
Why real quick? Are we going to a
some
commercial
point.
or something?
No, I just don't. This is kind of a side road, but
okay.
at some point, Steven will be in charge. One would presume. And I think about that a decent amount. Like, what's that going to be like? Well, how will he be different than Jerry? He seems to talk less than Jerry. I don't know that he loves putting stuff out there as much as Jerry does. Temperament's a little bit different, but at some point, you know, he's going to be in charge. And I don't know if that'll mean a bigger role for Will McClay, but in our lifetime, probably in the lifetime of this show,
Are all these same people going to be involved whenever this is? Will McClay?
Well, I guess you hear a lot about the family,
right?
Who are a lot of them are football involved. I mean, Spalding's on the website, John Stevens on the website. I'm pretty sure
on the coaching staff. Yeah,
yeah. So I don't know. We're so used to Jerry. It's been our whole life, our whole Cowboy life.
It's been a long time, 37 years.
You'd have to think you're going to see a time where there's some. I mean, I want like a Succession type deal where Charlotte makes a play for GM.
See, I mentioned that I really think Charlotte should be the owner, and I think that'd be great for the league and good for the team and the toughest person he could put in charge. But I assume it's going to be Steven. I don't think he'll have 2 radio shows a week, and I don't think he'll talk after every game. But I don't know that he'll fundamentally change what they do. And I thought years ago when I was thinking about this, Steven will get the team and he'll hire a GM and he'll be the most popular guy a Cowboys owner could be. But I don't his GM might be Spalding. I don't think that's going to happen. Don't know that, but don't see any reason why he would think he's as adamant as Jerry about they know what they're doing and they've got the secret sauce and all the other quotes he's had in the last few years. So he's the one who talked about the so-called drought.
And who do we blame usually about all the trouble they have with these big contract negotiations? Or is that by design?
Tough to know.
Jerry can swoop in at the end and I'll solve this DeMarcus Lawrence thing.
Yeah, and I don't think it's just entirely Steven's fault that when it takes money to get something done, they're really stingy with it. The Cowboys are a cheap organization, just historically. And I think Steven has probably inherited that. Same reason we were talking about before Tim got here. They traded for Rashawn Gary because they don't like bidding for free agents.
Yeah.
At all. So that's probably passed down.
Which oddly has changed over the years because
the Gambler.
Yeah, the Gambler signs Dion.
Were you in that at all?
I was not part of the Dion thing. That was during my 3 years on the Stars beat. So covered him through 94, but I missed the 95 season. That's you'll have to have Ed Werder on the show for that.
Are you featured at all in the documentary The Gambler? I don't recall. Did they sit down?
No.
How often do you do that? To sit down with a crew for documentary type stuff, filming?
I haven't done a lot. It's funny because I was supposed to do one tomorrow with ABC News on a 9/11 thing, and they just sent me an email saying they're not doing it in Dallas tomorrow. So I got the day off. But I'm not in a lot of those documentaries. I don't know why I wasn't in the Mustang Mania, Pony Express, whatever they called that 30 for 30. That was a great one, and I didn't cover the team when they got the death penalty. I covered it a couple years before they got the death penalty. But no, I was not. I was on a podcast with Werder and Woodson and Goose talking about the Netflix show. It may have something to do with 2 years ago at training camp. The guy from Netflix introduced himself and said he's here to do a documentary and said what he was doing. And I said, oh, great, another documentary on Jerry. So that response.
Who knows? Could have been anything, though. Really?
It could have made him decide to go with Skip instead and Hanson. So maybe I should have shown more enthusiasm.
Oh, that's fun. Do you want to do any Mark DeRosa stuff, or you want to hang it for tomorrow?
I mean, I saw you tweeted about DeRosa, and
he was one of my favorite guys to cover. He's one of the greatest guys.
Okay, that's interesting. Yeah,
he's a really nice guy, and he's sharp. He should get all the blame. Everybody knows what he did, right? I mean, the team got out of it, but thought the team had clinched.
Yeah, so
played the game, his lineup kind of like they had clinched.
First of all, this is where he was on MLB Network or something that nobody really watches, and they were asking him about the upcoming game.
You got 9 bodies ready to roll today, I would imagine. Absolutely. I'm going to look at it.
And they're saying that like that because they were out the night before partying.
Yeah, they stayed up pretty late.
He even said that we all got back late. We were dragging. Like he said that. So that's why they're following up. Like, I mean, can 9 guys play?
Absolutely. I'm going to look at it. I'm going to get some guys off their feet, no question about it. I'd like to get Goldie a start, and he has been awesome, just a leader of men behind the scenes.
But Paul Goldschmidt, by the way, whose numbers are ass. He's one of the worst in Major League Baseball all of last year. But what do you say when a guy does have terrible? He's great behind the scenes, really pumping up the bros. He's giving him. I'm going to let him start. Because
scenes with Aaron Judge. I'd like to get him in there. I'd like to get Gunnar in there again. Ton of respect for Italy. It's weird. We want to win. We want to win this game, even though our tickets punched to the quarterfinals. Because
so that's basically what he said, and that's why I'm starting these guys that suck and giving them. I just want them to not have to sit on the bench the whole time. They at least can tell their grandchildren I played in the World Baseball Classic and. I guess the starting pitcher, the least experienced, they went with that night in some high leverage situations. I think he had Kershaw up in the bullpen.
He had him up and then apparently got the information that they hadn't clinched, and he went to Mason Miller.
Right. But initially had Kershaw up thinking, I'm going to give the old man a little nod here. It's like, wait. oh, we have to win this game.
Oh, we're supposed to win? Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
And when did he figure this out?
Sometime during the game. And so that's horrible, and it is, and that's on him. But how does nobody around him, how does nobody involved with Team USA know the rules?
Yeah, I mean, I have a question.
How is everybody, I don't know their general manager structure, but they have plenty of people and others involved with the team, and it's not that complicated of a tiebreaker. How does nobody know that?
Like the night before. Doesn't it start the night before when you were having a,
have we
a
clinched?
hotel
We're 3-0.
pregame beer?
We're 3-0, so we're in? Is that right? How does somebody not know?
He lied to the
No, you're
media
not.
the next, or is this the next day or that night? Let me see what.
I'm not concerned about that right now. Just tough game, great game by Italy. Jumped on us quick.
Yeah, they lost the game.
Couple big homers to kind of stifle the crowd a little bit, and just a little. We had the right guys at the plate at the right time.
See, now that's a hey, I
didn't
the
do anything
manager
wrong.
This is the same as Jerry Jones. We've got the players.
Yeah.
Were you
Right.
at that? Oh, you weren't on the bus, were you?
No, I don't do the bus.
Okay, but he was
he's- yeah.
on the bus. It was the players are better than you saw
Right.
last year.
Well, all last year after games, it was they're not playing the schemes. The players are here. They've got to run the schemes. The coaches got to get them in the right scheme.
And so DeRosa here is like, hey,
We had Aaron Judge.
I pushed
back.
the right button.
Just a little. We had the right guys at the plate at the right time. Just weren't able to get it done.
Go to Christy in the third row.
On a television interview today, you seemed to indicate that you thought y'all had already advanced to the quarterfinals. Is that true?
Yeah, I misspoke. I was on hot stove with a couple buddies today and completely misread the calculations. We knew
Misread?
that Mexico was going to play Italy and then running all the numbers with if we lost tonight with the runs allowed and runs scored and outs. So I just misspoke.
Ken standing on the right.
All right, so misspoke and misread are different things.
Yes, and
he said both of them in there, and only misread is correct.
But
he
it's
misread
a
it
lot more than either one of
and
those.
misunderstood
when
it.
He's already said, "Yeah, I'm going to get some guys off their feet.
Yeah,
get some of these other guys in the lineup because we've already punched our
No,
ticket."
but Tim's point is a good one. This is really not on him at all. Like
it's on him some because he's,
I mean,
the
he's
manager.
the
And he
manager.
said it, but there ought to be a whole host of people that know the rule.
tournament official, somebody's got to be, as you said, the general manager structure. But if these guys are going out and getting hammered the night before, then there needed to be some level of like general. If A happens, B, and I don't know that it's the guy who's out there hitting you grounders job. Like
The thing is, when you're only going to play, you play 4 games or 5. You play 4, right?
4 because they played last night.
Yeah. So there's a good chance there's going to be a tie. There's probably going to be 2 teams 3-1. How does the tiebreaker work? How do people not know that going in? It's not like it's a surprise. Oh, we got a tie. Who would ever thought of that? Well, that's likely to happen with such a small group of games.
So the media angle of this was, I heard MLB Network removed that interview from their website.
Took it down.
I think they've put it back up.
And then when they put it back, I don't remember if it was their Facebook page or somewhere, but they put it back up without that little comment in it.
Ah.
But then I think they put it back up somewhere else. Yeah. Like I think their first putting it back up had eliminated that comment. Their next putting it back up restored the comment. Like so.
Interesting.
You wouldn't expect a World Baseball Classic to have this kind of controversy.
Yeah, well, it's really what we're really into.
Yes.
Is the WBC. I mean, I'd love to win another one? One? Our first one? Another? We've won before?
Japan won
the last one, right? That was a big moment.
Ohtani.
Yeah, who was pitching? Maybe Ohtani was pitching.
I don't know.
He was pitching to Ohtani.
That's what I thought.
Yeah,
but
Ohtani was pitching.
Oh, it was Ohtani Trout.
Okay, there you go.
Oh,
that was pretty.
that's right.
That was pretty electric.
I think USA's won before, but I'm not going to swear to it. I'm sure they have.
We win a lot.
We win a lot of stuff.
We're big.
So much winning, you're gonna be tired of it. That's what I heard.
Should we do the news? You want? Are you going to hang around for the news, Tim Cowlishaw?
I'd love to hear the news.
All right. Well, that is going to be brought to us by Community Mechanical. That is our HVAC company, Tim Cowlishaw. And they
are Brandon Aubrey's HVAC company too.
It is?
It is. We were talking to the owner, Travis, yesterday, and he's going out helping them look at property for their new home.
For their $7 million home?
We'll see. The good news, though, is that back when he was...
What percentage of your paycheck are you supposed to spend on a home?
It's true.
Back when he was just on that lowly rookie contract, some other shyster organization told him that he needed work done that was going to be like $15,000. He called our friends at Community. They came out, got it done for like under $150.
It's true.
Got a customer for life.
They're not here to screw you.
So that's why they first can hit you with that preventative maintenance. CommunityDFW.com. If you haven't come out, get on that preventative maintenance. That way you'll know before something goes crazy wrong. Get the PM and save money all the way around. Our boys, you can trust them. You can call or text them at any time, 469-667-7290. They cannot speak glowingly enough about the Dumb Zone customer base when we talk to these people. So thank you. It actually is very cool.
Here's Jake with the Dumb Zone.
News.
All right, let's start here. We talked the other day and a little bit today about Zooks.
Mm-hmm.
Zooks, have you seen these autonomous vehicles, Tim? They are,
yes.
I guess, now in Dallas.
Saw them in Austin about a year ago. First time I saw them.
Okay, well, on the heels of Zooks making its debut in Dallas, Texas is now one of the feds, the government's testing grounds for their new flying taxis.
Go on.
Wait a minute.
What are we saying here?
It's an FAA and Department of Transportation thing for the Advanced Air Mobility Initiative, and it's these electric vehicles. It honestly kind of looks like something from the Jetsons. It's an urban air taxi service, and I think the idea is that they could do like Dallas to Austin, Austin to San Antonio. So it's like maybe kind of like a bus, San Antonio to Houston.
Well, is it airborne or not?
It is airborne. It's
an airborne bus.
Yeah. Bus in the sense of it'll have routes as opposed to being...
Sounds like an airline.
Seems like a plane.
But it's just like a couple people.
Like a pilot and a co-pilot.
Yeah. I mean, I don't. You're not driving it. It's autonomous.
Did they say how fast it is?
It does not say. It says here, though. I guess
it'd be great to be looking down over traffic. You know.
I know.
Like Jerry Jones does.
Now,
in the Whirlybird.
Of course, we probably all thought by now we'd be able to make that 90-minute trip between Dallas and Houston using our advanced Japanese technology on the bullet train.
I was really wanting one last weekend when I had to go to San Antonio.
Pound for
that's
pound,
where you need one.
Probably the most rendered and never delivered upon project of all time. So many drawings of the bullet train with commuters.
Didn't they like move
excited
old farmers out of their land?
It was like eminent domaining people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that guy.
Yeah.
He's like, well, wait.
He got paid. He's fine.
Yeah, and it never.
It's all about
tied
Blake.
up in court.
Money is Blake's leader.
Just mine.
What about jetpacks, though? The Super Bowl I had that guy at halftime with a jetpack flying around the L.A. Coliseum.
What about the
As a
jetpack
kid,
is a
I
great
thought-
question, Tim.
That's
60
another
years
thing I
later.
thought
Yeah.
would be way more prevalent in today's society.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I thought we'd live on the moon.
Yeah.
Or you'd at least be able to take a vacation up there.
Sure.
And we'd have jetpacks. It'd be great.
Be able to dunk.
Would that be impressive if you could dunk with a jetpack?
No, I meant on the moon.
Oh.
It's same
Well, that's also not that impressive. Well, how high is...
the moon? You're not using technology. You're just using gravity.
Would there be a different moon?
How high would the nets be?
That's what I mean.
30 feet?
How high? Yes. What would the highest... Who would you bring up there? You'd bring some of the top NBA players up there just to see.
No, that'd be the dunk contest they need.
To the moon? I think I'd be worried about.
Surely Elon can figure that out.
Who's the tallest person to ever go to the moon? I bet you it's not that tall because
astronauts are generally not tall.
Tall people tend to have heart issues. It'd be like really tall people, right?
Well, also the space capsule, you don't want a 6'8"
True
guy in there.
Have to retrofit it like they did the sub at Little St. James Island for Stephen Hawking.
David Scott, the 7th person to walk on the moon, was the tallest, measuring at 6 foot tall.
See?
Little
Dude, stuff
shrimps.
him in a locker.
Yeah.
Why didn't they put up a goal?
That's a
instead of
great
just
question.
flag?
They should have had like
Great dunking.
you know the door at my house with my kids' heights on it. We could have had the astronauts do the same bit up there.
This story comes to us from Houston. I picked this one because it looks very embarrassing. So there's a place down there called Herman Park. Just a large.
Sure.
Have you been?
I know where Herman Park is.
Okay, so
Well, no,
there's
Park.
there's a a small train, not a bullet type train. This train here, almost like it looks like maybe a little smaller than like the Tarantula over in Fort Worth, but it's in between like the mini mine train and a real train. It's small and it's kitschy looking.
The train that takes you around Six Flags or something.
Yeah. A guy was hit by that on Monday, seriously injured.
Yeah.
Was he untying a damsel?
Now, that is not an anchor word, but it would be an anchor phrase because damsels are very rarely relaxed.
Just having a great time.
They are almost
distressed.
Always distressed. We have a little anchor word bit. We're kind of like an NPR offshoot here. Way with words.
All right.
Run well, we could throw him a few. Pull some up.
He doesn't seem interested. So I thought you
That's not true. That's not true.
He's book guy.
You can't read my emotions like that.
Have you taken the New York Times AI or human writing quiz? I haven't done it yet, but I saw that out there yesterday.
That's interesting, though. Here's a gummy thought. Can a guy who you can't read his emotions read guys who you can't read? Like, is it your gaydar type thing, you know?
Maybe.
You're a guy. You can never read Blake,
Yeah.
can you? Look at him.
He's
You trust him?
He's a pretty closed book. Speaking of books.
And there were a couple things you guys wanted to do with him that I said you probably shouldn't.
Good Lord.
He's not going to play along. I've seen Tim play this game long enough.
I thought he was
I might
into
have
that
played.
Diddy stuff.
I might have played. What's the game?
Yeah, Dan's right. It was all Diddy themed.
Yeah, it was all like, let's see if we could oil him up. Let's oil up Tim.
No, he's not. He's not here for that.
Oil him up. Anyways, this guy got hit by this train.
Does he have the balls?
Which I think is an embarrassing train to get hit by.
Oh, yeah.
I know it's still very
How fast
capable
does
of
it go?
crushing
Like, did
you.
the guy have one of those
It can't be
hats
that
on,
fast.
the
Yeah, and he's
conductor?
actually saying choo choo as it comes around. They say the guy was seriously injured, but I just
You can get injured by a lot of things. You can
and if you
drown
do-
with a glass of water.
you can call 214 or 817 and all threes.
That's right, Frankel and Frankel. They're personal injury attorneys. In fact,
If you get hit by
what's
a
this
tiny
guy?
train, like a little bitch.
tiny train, big train. I'll bet this would be perfect for them
Yeah.
because there's a big corporation. It's their fault. You're having trouble collecting what you deserve. You're in traction. Like both your arms are up in the thing, right? In the casts.
There's probably no previous law regarding tiny trains, so you're not stuck with that.
You're setting precedent.
Yeah.
Your nose itches.
You're like Martin Luther
my
King.
nose- you can't scratch your nose. How are you going to call then if you can't do that? You'll probably have a friend or somebody there, right?
They only need the threes.
Or go, hey, Siri. Does anyone do that?
Have
Have you ever told your phone what to do?
Oh, yeah. I don't, but I see people. I think that's, my mom does it a lot. I was going
What?
to say older people, but like Danny Bayless.
He'll be like, hey, Siri, call Frankel and Frankel.
Yeah.
What?
My phone's calling to Frank.
Well, there you go. It's working.
Cha-ching.
This article says Houston's slowest little train hospitalized a man.
That's what I'm saying. I just feel like
They have a ranking?
You shouldn't show your buddies the train that hit you. When
I got hit by a train.
Yeah, that sounds
Just leave it
cool.
at that.
Oh my gosh, dude! I can't believe you made it. You're so tough.
Why are you limping? I got hit by a train. Holy.
This is a fun one. Blake, where is okay, I should have looked this up. It's a small town in South Texas. It's called Donna, Texas. And it looks like it's probably in the valley, Hidalgo County. So this story has to do with something that really blew up during COVID. One of the many benefits of COVID. We didn't get the one that this show, in addition to not enjoying Ted Lasso, is built on. We believe that most of the country's problems could be solved by reorganizing the sports calendar. It would create an economic advantage, a social advantage, an entertainment, a distraction. We had a chance during COVID to change it. And obviously you know why the players in the NBA want to be off in the summer, or the players in this sport want this or that. But if you could just start over, you would never do it this way. And there would be a way where I could watch almost all of the basketball and hockey playoffs without having to make a decision. And there would never be a time where all I had as a child
never be playoff crossover.
was Braves Cubs on cable.
Right.
There should be more. In any case, one of the things we got out of COVID is it's way easier to get booze than it was before in Texas. It's still harder than it is in most states. But, you can pick up drink at the restaurant now.
But those
the
you
margarita
have to admit,
to go.
You have to admit this when they had
get
those
drinks
laws
to go.
Yeah,
You walk in and get an old fashioned to go.
you yes. They'll put it in a bag.
And they'll put a lid on
In
it.
a little
They'll put
plastic cup.
Yeah.
See, you
not
can
the
do
way
that
you-
now,
Yeah.
and you used to not be able to do that. And that's like back then. That really did deter people. Like you guys had trouble drinking, didn't you? You couldn't find any alcohol. And,
There's none to find.
Yeah, these guys.
I'd go days without it.
It's
Nary a
amazing
drop.
that you guys, were able to do what you did, despite the laws that are holding you back.
What you did.
Yeah. Well, so most people are not going in and saying,
Nobody's crediting you is what I'm saying, and I'm here to
Thank
say,
you,
great
hero.
job.
Most people are not
Despite
walking
all
in
these laws.
and getting a styrofoam cup old fashioned. But where this was big is you could get like a gallon of margaritas, or one thing that popped up, there's always been those like drive-through.
You've mentioned that enough that I think he has ordered many gallons of margaritas.
Oh yeah,
during COVID.
Yeah, but I mean we weren't. Yes, for sure, but
I've just never heard anyone else mention it as much as you.
Well, there was
kind of long for those days.
I'm trying to think about it now, and they weren't like around all the time. Maybe we were just drinking them too fast. But you would have people over. Listen, I lived right by the 9/11 memorial with Mesa, the now defunct restaurant, and
that's
they
you
were
would go?
down.
You
It's
could
down
walk
the
there,
street.
yeah.
Could walk there. So you're familiar with like these operations that are. It'll be like beer and ice, and it's a garage door with that, and it's snacks, that sort of thing. So during COVID, those could really open up what they could sell.
And the drive-through beer place.
The drive-through beer places. And there's a chain of them down in the valley that is in trouble because, like we talked about the other day, they are not a strip club, but all of their workers wear like bikinis and because you drive in, and
Because it's hot down there.
It is. That's exactly why. And I've seen this before with like, it's not skimpy clothing, but teen and post-teen girls work at those places. It's just dudes coming in to get beer and dip and ice. And down there, one chain of them was like, why not? Why not just turn this into, Hooters? And
Why did they get in trouble?
Because apparently we were talking about this the other day.
What was the lingo?
For like being clothed?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did have a laugh at that, didn't we? There's actual language about like how much of your anatomical areas can be exposed and how much nipple.
So
if
were
you're
they
not
more
a strip
exposed than Hooters?
Girls?
The pasty police.
I think
Must
so.
have been. Must have been.
Was it more of a Twin Peaks where we?
Yeah, but how is that? How is that?
Or Craig Ludwig's restaurant? Remember that was even.
I remember hearing about it.
They were wearing very, very.
Did you ever do shows at Twin Peaks?
I have, yeah.
Yeah.
Were you distracted at all?
I mean, it's Hooters
times
down a couple levels. Yeah,
down. Do you think?
Well, I mean, or up, with depending on how you're looking at it. Do you consider Hustler to be down or up from Penthouse? I mean,
it's the question.
Consider Hustler
sufficiently dressed.
Anywhere.
Like, how do you change the temperature? Raise it or lower it? You know.
But then you ever go to Ludwig's? What was that place called up in Frisco?
Do you want to be a high seed or a low seed this Sunday?
Exactly. You never.
The place that was
a
up
three
right
seed,
by
a high
the,
seed, or a low seed.
The
Draft.
Rough Riders place.
I
There
thought
was
it
a
was
place-
Tilted Kill. No. Yeah.
It was called something, but I think Luddy was an investor. I don't know that he had anything to do with bussing tables.
With picking chicks.
Yeah, but they would wear literal like the lingerie, the real skimpy, like just a little string.
Yeah,
would barely be covering.
That to me is what
It felt like too much. Like I don't
Too
need
much.
that close to my salad.
Not with my
Yeah.
cheeseburger. Yeah.
That's what it is. If we're just putting the cards on the table, is that there's something way more disgusting about stray vagina being involved in
right.
food than stray titty.
Oh
It's
yeah,
way
yeah.
more
If they want to walk around topless.
Yeah,
we're good.
and I feel like Hooters keeps everything together on the bottom end. But if you go to
There you go.
some of these other places, you have no idea.
It was the V versus T. You're right. I've never thought about it that way.
Hey, thanks, man.
But more T, less V.
Yeah.
That's the motto of our show.
Yeah.
Was this the part of the show, Blake, that you thought I'd?
Well, this is the news.
be out on?
We're good.
Well, this is the
That's a
news.
good news.
Yeah.
This is strictly news.
There you go. There's your news.
Just doing news. Okay.
Yeah. So that was fun.
Wasn't a bit.
The Dumb Zone.
Got the Frankels in there.
Like
did.
and subscribe.
That was a good news.
I want to do viewer mail birthdays. It is brought to us by HelloFresh. You know what HelloFresh
Happy
is?
birthday. Thank you.
Tim, do you know what HelloFresh is?
It is
I should.
HelloFresh is like a.
You should know it for sure. Food prep. Do you live alone?
No, I have a wife.
Okay, I didn't know
Yeah.
that you were married.
Got married 3.5 years ago.
HelloFresh,
Oh, nice.
way
Yeah.
better for having a partner. You do not want to do HelloFresh as much if you're solo because they're sending you full meal kits for
Oh, it's those things. Yeah,
multiple
okay.
meals.
Yeah, there's a lot of names for those.
This one is the one where they send you the ingredients and
This is the good one.
They pick it out for you. It's great. It legit is great food. We've
Do you have to
done
do
it
a
for
lot of
while.
work?
Very little work.
Very little work.
Very little work. You're not going out and buying a little speck of paprika. They just send you the speck.
Okay.
So go to HelloFresh.com/dumbzone10FM to get 10 free meals and a freeze-willing knife on your third box. Offer valid while supplies last. Free meals applied as discount on first backs. New subscribers only. Varies by plan. I just realized we forgot to try the ice cream. I got distracted.
Want to do it after? Want to do it for closing remarks? Or you want to do it now?
Yeah, just go grab it, Brett.
There's ice cream involved here?
Yeah, we're going to
Are you an ice cream guy?
Unfortunately, yes.
When Jake first got out of the hab, he went to rehab. He doesn't have that
Right.
internal
Not many of us do.
right strength that Tim Cowlishaw showed.
Yep.
He was talking about how he's now ice cream guy.
Right.
And we're going to Andy's and we're going to here and we're just trying all the different ice cream. And we had a listener of ours who I think was an alcoholic as well, who said, that's very dangerous. You shouldn't be replacing it with sugar or what. I don't know. Have you heard that? Like, you
yeah, but
shouldn't.
everybody does that. Everybody does it with something.
And then that's when he was like,
It's
yeah,
like-
well, would it be better to have like, you know, it's
Yeah.
kind of like the
Snickers bar. Or
Snickers.
Right.
Yeah, workout heads will tell me, you know, eating a banana, that's like eating a Snickers bar. I go, I don't know.
I don't think so. What
Like
if-
compared to
jogging or sprinting.
something, but compared to a Snickers bar, a banana isn't a Snickers bar.
But I also like the feeling of like when we go to another city, I'll find their ice cream place and go there. I
Yeah.
just like doing that. But I also am trying to not get super fat. And we have recently been made aware that because all of the women in the world are going to the places like Game Day and they're getting what our president calls the fat shot.
GLP?
That because of that, that's why all of our food has extra protein in it now. That's why they're selling us protein Pop-Tarts and protein Cheerios and protein pretzels. And now Bluebell is in the protein ice cream game. How much were these per unit, Clayton?
I'm a Tom Thumb Rewards member, so they were $4 each.
Okay, that's great because the normal protein ice cream is like $8 to $9 a pint. So why don't you start the segment and I'll start eating?
Okay, I thought you were going to let us
there's
all.
no spoons over here.
There's spoons over here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, here. Let's.
Why are you yelling at everybody?
While we have a sec, Tim, it was Ted Dawson who hosted the Jimmy Johnson show.
Was it? Because we talked about that, and I didn't
Which
feel
one
like
do
it
you want,
was.
Dan?
Okay,
You
you found that?
Coffee.
Yeah,
Anybody
from
want
this
coffee?
magazine.
I do not want
Okay.
coffee. That's the worst ice cream you could ever have.
televised
In
by
92 and
KDFW
93?
Blake will get that one.
every
Chocolate,
Saturday
vanilla,
night at
caramel.
6:30 during the season. Produced by Dallas
Either
Cowboys
one.
Okay.
TV,
All right.
hosted channel for Ted
All
Dawson.
right, yeah, we taped it on Thursdays, and they showed it on Saturdays. All right, I'll buy that. I wasn't.
I bring my own spoon.
I was in my own little room, and I asked like 2 questions, so I wasn't involved with Ted.
All right, I'll try the coffee.
You just got the hard-hitting questions would come from
Yes, the journalistic questions.
you? Are we not letting Tim try?
I'm not trying. I got 4 flavors.
What do you got? Vanilla. Fine. Oh, beautiful.
So this chocolate ice cream is full of protein.
Read the
High protein. So this is good for you.
Yeah, so the chocolate has 35 grams of protein, 0 added sugars, 340 calories.
That's
Boy,
what
the
you
whole
want.
container is 340. That's not
That's
a
what
lot.
I'm saying. And you get, if you want a 1-to-1, 1 to 10 protein calorie, if you can, that's good.
Very nice.
The salted caramel's 33. The coffee is 34. They have strawberry, but I hate strawberry ice cream, so I didn't get it.
Wow.
It says 0 added sugar. It's gluten-free.
Strawberry's healthier, right? Because it's a fruit.
Yeah. All right, that's really good.
That's very good.
That works.
Viewer mail birthdays. This I started to read on Monday, forgot to read it on Tuesday. So it's a belated to dear Uncle Sleeve of Wizard. Tuesday, help me wish happy 30th birthday to good DF Brian Gray. His leaders are Blake's mustache, Ted Emmerich's broadcast voice, which is the same as his regular speaking voice, and the clown who was paying homage to his fake dead dad at Super Bowl Media Night a few years ago. Drop request is Jake ripping smelling salts during a Tyler Sagan interview from the heyday of bad radio. We frequently quote him saying, "Ah, dude," the moment the salt hits him in the face. No worries if you don't have it. That's from Jameson. We love Jameson. I couldn't find that, but I searched Jake Salt and I found this.
I like where Salt is headed.
Yeah.
I will stand by that.
You like where Salt is headed?
Yeah, if you go buy salt, if you don't do HelloFresh and you go buy salt, they have a lot of different types of salt now. It's like with mayonnaise. You know, there's Himalayan pink salt.
A lot of choices now.
There's a lot of choices. The game has changed. I think there's
So many
protein
things.
Bluebell now.
49 on Yucca.
That's not bad.
It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
That's way
What's
worse.
that?
That's the
Should you eat it website or something?
Based on the additives, yeah.
What's the number mean? Good or bad?
0 to 100. 100 is good. It's halfway, which is honestly not bad. A lot of this stuff where it's too good to be true is down 15.
What's this
20.
website?
Okay.
Yucca is an app, YUKA, and it's if you scan the QR code.
You need it and you don't need it because you're going to find out everything is not good for you.
Right.
But,
yeah, I remember the book, Eat This, Don't That.
Your protein
Eat
drinks
this,
are
not
good,
that.
but some protein bars that you get that his aren't.
No.
Okay. Some protein bars
My
you
protein
get.
drink's not good?
No, of course. It tastes like a chocolate cookie and it
Some
has
of the-
40 grams
yeah.
of protein. There's
Some
no
of the
way.
protein bars you get, you're like, okay.
How's the Fairlife chocolate drink I had on the
Tell
way
me if
over?
this one's good.
Fairlife's good, isn't it?
I'm sure it's not. Tastes too good.
No.
Uncle
Muscle milk?
I know this is not good.
Dear Uncle Dan Peter and the Pan Clam, today is my buddy Ray's birthday. His wish is to watch Brokeback Mountain with Blake's grandpa or attend a Dude Perfect show with Blake and Brooks. My leaders are Blake's Piss Bag and the blockbuster movie Tears of the Sun. Keep slamming your stuff in the furry muff from BPH. Blake went to the bathroom in a Ziploc bag on his drive back from San Antonio.
My rationale is a bottle has a really small opening and will fill up in a hurry.
You're just
so I got
packing
a
such hard.
He's got a
quart
hard.
size. That's not.
Yeah.
I just don't want any spray in my car.
I use a trash bag.
Okay. Same thing. We're cut from the same cloth.
I've
lying
never
to
used
you.
a trash bag.
He's lying. He pulls
I've
over
never gone in a car.
like a human.
I pull over like 3 times every 100 miles.
Well, I'm not going to cut 15 minutes off my ETA by doing that. A lot of additives in this.
Hi, Dan. Wishing you a happy bracket season.
Oh, yeah.
My DF wife and I just had a baby boy yesterday. We welcomed him into this world with Tuesday's story of your mother's first period playing over the loudspeaker in the operating room. A true tale of strength and womanhood that my wife needed to channel her inner first female NFL line judge working the early Saturday wildcard game. Inspiring stuff. Name rating from Jake.
Let's go.
Is this a girl, baby? Oh, baby boy. Towns Ray.
That's very good.
Townes is his first name.
I like it. I like the show-off white country names more than I like the show-off weird adding Y's and L's or X's to your name. You know, Caden, Kalen, Braylon, Taden.
My college roommate was a Irish Catholic, so he had naturally had 5 kids, and he started off with the Kelsey, Casey, Cleet for Cleet Boyer, and another K sound. And for the 5th, which was a girl, he went with Towns Lynn because he was a Towns Van Zandt fan. And now I've heard all these people named Towns.
Yeah,
He's a
trendy name, cult favorite. So I love that name.
This is from your Denver DFs, Cam and Brittany. P.S. Attached photo of us at the Denver Dumb Zone tailgate with our Brandon Aubrey gear on. Can't wait to buy the Green Bay version next year.
Hey, shut up. I don't want to hear that.
It's going to happen.
Somebody got signed, right? Fairbairn?
Oh, did they get a different kicker, Green Bay?
No, the Texans brought back their dude at 2 for 13, which technically makes him the highest now.
Ah.
So just from Brandon News. Yeah.
Interesting.
That's what we track with the Cowboys.
Well,
the kicker chart.
Listen,
he's on
what do
our,
they got to pay Brandon now?
He's on our show.
He's a weekly, yeah.
He's your guy.
He's our guy.
We will do the show regardless if
Plus,
he gets
he's the greatest kicker in NFL history.
Did you see the last month of the season?
No, we didn't. We chose to ignore it, actually.
Outdoor games.
Those are unfair.
There's a lot going on. Oh, there's a lot of unfair things going on. The whole NFL conspiring against Brandon Aubrey. PPS, it's gay, but thanks to Jared and Jake for sharing their fertility journey over the years. Helped us through our own journey. Have you had a journey, Tim Cowlishaw? Would you consider
Certainly,
where you are
there's
today?
All kind of a journey.
There's 100% chance someone
An
sat
Aya
down
journey.
when they were interviewing him for the book and were like,
Tell us about your journey.
Your journey, Tim.
Your journey.
How do you
just makes it sound more important?
How do you deal, or at all, with? I'm certain people come up to you and say, "Hey, you were in some part why I quit drinking, like, or you had something to do with like moving me towards that direction."
No, I've had that for 13
asking you, say,
years.
"Where's the
It's
gift
great.
card?" You want to say thanks? Why don't you?
Where's the Barnes and Noble card? Mostly not verbal, but some. Mostly emails and things on Twitter, but yeah, a lot of people in person too, and even recent. So it's nice that, I mean, that book's pretty old now, and people still connect me with that and connect whatever they did with that, and I never really anticipated that because my story was kind of weird and different.
That's super
cool. It's nice.
Let's move to this.
Game Day Men's Health presents.
We love you, Game Day Men's
On
Health.
this day
GameDay.dumbzone.com is the website. They sponsor our studio, Tim, so we like to give them extra love.
Sure.
They can help you feel better. You know how you feel like shit?
Fat fuck.
Might not be just age. Go there, get some peptides, get some vitamin shots. Let's see here. Improves energy levels. Boosts mood and cognitive function. How's your cognitive function?
I think about my cognitive function every day. I did a bunch of neurological tests when I was 64, but that's 6 years ago now, and did really well, but on almost all of it. But more and more names, the older you get, they just start slipping from you. Actors, a singer. and you just lie in bed at night, or maybe you don't do it lying in bed at night, but you think about it like, I don't want to look it up on my phone. I know who that person is.
So you're like just
And
challenging
it's like-
yourself?
Yeah.
And you
Can
think
I?
for hours, and then you don't think about it. And then when it comes back to you again, you know it. But it's just a thing that happens to you. That's not dementia. That's old age. That's something everybody has. But it's frustrating.
12 area locations.
We may be able to help you out with that, yeah.
Okay.
Game Day Men's Health.
If you have trouble
mention the
passing
dumb zone when you go in there.
The person, woman, man, camera, TV test. Is that what you're...
Wait, what are we doing? Oh, yeah, today in history. It is Thursday, March 12th. On this day in 1933, President Franklin D. Roosevelt delivered the first of his 30 radio addresses that came to be known as fireside chats, telling Americans what was being done to deal with the nation's economic crisis, which demonstrated the power of radio, or the audio medium. Let's just say that.
It's pretty cool.
Now that we're not on actual radio. We're on the audio medium. On this day in 1985, in Nepal, 80 people trampled to death because stadium doors had been locked during a soccer game. The people were seeking cover during a violent hailstorm. But according to the Associated Press story I have printed off here in my hand, it says here, they were only soccer fans. So it was not that big of a tragedy in the end.
Wow. That's kind of harsh.
That is harsh from the Associated Press.
They weren't cricket fans. They were only soccer fans.
Yeah, that's what it says.
Why would that be the only other thing they could...
On this day in 1996...
Well, I'm guessing Nepal. You don't think Nepal has cricket?
Were you writing columns in 1996?
Yes. No. No, I was covering the Stars.
Stars at that point.
Yes, sir.
All right, because you could have had a juicy one on this day. When the Denver Nuggets star Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf was suspended without pay for the rest of the year by the NBA because he refused to stand during the national anthem.
Didn't he face the other direction, or did he sit?
I don't recall, but he made a
what you
scene.
did.
I mean, I don't know.
No, it was a thing. He was a great player at LSU.
But suspended without pay for the rest of the year seems...
Wow.
Very harsh.
Okay.
We had some rules back then.
On this day in 2003, Elizabeth Smart was found. She was the 15-year-old, very good documentary. I'm going to say Netflix, but it might be HBO.
Elizabeth Smart, not in 2003.
Yeah. 15 years old in 2003. She was...
She's a Utah kidnappee.
She was kidnapped, vanished from her bedroom 9 months previous to this day. She was found on this day with Brian David Mitchell and Wanda Barzee, two Salt Lake City drifters.
What was the Black Dahlia's name?
What?
I know that
Not Elizabeth Smart?
Elizabeth Short.
Is it?
Elizabeth Short.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay.
I was I'm very familiar with Elizabeth Smart, but I was not familiar with Elizabeth Short. This looks like an interesting story.
Oh, several books, movies. Woman found in L.A. in the late 40s, early 50s, murdered in a vacant lot, and a lot of stuff's been written about that.
Wow.
James Elroy, who did L.A. Confidential.
Did they ever write a sitcom around it?
They have not yet.
Aren't you ever amazed that they did around a German prisoner of war camp during World
Oddly
War
enough,
II?
I had a discussion about this 2 days ago. They did, but in fairness to the Germans, they treated American prisoners pretty well, soldiers and especially officers.
Yeah.
So
Hogan
was kind of oblivious to how they treated everybody else.
I actually heard that this morning because tomorrow I want
Hogan
to I want to talk about the last Japanese soldier I told you guys about.
Yeah.
Didn't surrender for like 30 years. And I guess I didn't realize the difference between how the Germans treated American POWs and how the Japanese did.
You didn't want to,
like, the Japanese were
get caught over there,
out of control with torture, murder, rape, like a completely different approach.
Well, you had to be the right background to be treated well by the Germans.
Right.
They didn't treat everybody great.
But I just mean all, like, American prisoners, like he's saying, they actually did have like a decent relationship with them.
Yeah.
I think I saw once that
As
when
long as that American prisoner's name was.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
When Sylvester Stallone was in, he played a soccer game. Well,
Victory.
It's a great movie. At least I like it.
So today is March 12th.
Sportsfuhrer.
This day in Dumb Zone history.
We've only done one show on this day. So a couple things from last year. The first, we had a gay, not gay submission. And it was, you missed the person that your friend broke up with.
Yeah, like your buddy had a cool girlfriend.
Yeah. I think this happened to Dan.
She could roll a good joint or something.
Yeah, I'm with this. Because you're not allowed to be friends with them, really.
No. Yeah, but what if he was really cool?
I think he has to hit her for you to be able to be friends with her.
He has to, wait. Which side are we on? Who are we talking about?
Well, I'm saying if your buddy
I
hits
should be
the
friends
woman,
with it?
then you can be done with him.
Oh, I
and
can
just
still be friends with her. Okay. I didn't
Otherwise,
know
you can't just be like, oh, you kind of are not.
I thought you said if he hits her, then you're going to be friends with him.
Right.
With him.
Prove it, bud.
Yeah.
Yeah, show me something.
And then Dan fights with his wife over rinsing recyclables. You just want to just run it under the water just a little bit, right?
I mean, it says it on the recycle bin. It says, we'll take like milk cartons if they're rinsed out.
And it
so it's
feels
like, all right.
good, but every time we bring this up, some wise ass who seems like they know emails us and is like, recycling is a complete scam.
Doesn't 80% of it winds up
it's
trash?
just, but Dan's over
But
here.
our little bin that we have in
But
the
I always
kitchen.
figure, well, so 20% of it's going somewhere.
That's true. That's a good, great perspective.
You're doing a little. You're not doing what you think, but you're doing a little.
The little do we all have like a little bin in the kitchen and then we take it out to the garage to the
Yeah.
big bin?
Yes.
So in the little bin, she'll finish her Diet Coke, crumple the can, and throw it right in there.
Okay.
And so now, as I'm cleaning it out, like now dripping Diet Coke is in there. It's all dried, and I'm the guy that cleans everything in the house. So
you're my wife in this relationship.
But why does
I'm
it need
like,
to
just
be
give it a quick rinse.
Why does it
I'm
need
the
to be
one who
clean?
hears that how much liquid there was in the bottom of the recycle bin. And I'm like, who cares? It's a recycle bin. Why do we have to have the cleanest recycle bin in the world?
There might be something to people getting attracted to each other who.
Sure.
And it might all be about rinsing recyclables.
Yeah.
Or things
Because I've never
from
met
that-
a couple who were both on the same side.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like if I lived with Tim's wife, we would have nothing to complain about.
Right.
You just have sex all the time.
We just have sex and everything would be so clean.
Blake's house. Blake has an extra female living at his house right now. Did you know that?
No, I did
He has a
not.
sister-in-law living there for like a
We
month.
should just have Tim on every now and again just to tell him about all of Blake's life.
Right. Hey, he also just broke
Like, do you
up.
know he
with-
has a homeless
He just
guy?
broke up with his homeless guy. What's that?
I don't know these things.
He met a homeless guy like a year ago and was bankrolling him.
He was giving him $100 a month on a Venmo gift card because the guy
Said he
was
felt
down
bad?
on his
That's
luck.
what he just gave me.
Yeah.
Oh, you gave him the bet?
Everyone needs a rebound.
You gave him Angelo's?
He thought I came in looking a little rough.
Well, he's having to miss Angelo's birthday party. because-
Angelo?
is his name. And Blake had to miss that.
He's having a party?
Yes.
Where?
This restaurant in Garland.
A restaurant. They still let them in.
No,
Okay.
I just thought it's homeless. I mean,
And
Well,
Blake
he's not paying.
Blake had to miss
That's why
this
he wanted me to
engagement
go.
because he was calling a basketball game. Angelo, with a loose grasp on how the playoffs work, wanted to know why he wasn't told of this earlier. And enraged, he broke up with Blake and said, I don't want your money anymore. And delete all the
a sad
pictures you
story.
have of me for right now. But so far, he's given the guy like $1,400 and we've had fun with it. We can track what he buys. Do they do this at ESPN?
I don't work there anymore. I don't know. I don't know what they do. They've lost their minds. Wow.
Elsewhere, we have other birthdays today. We have Matt Millen, 68. Successful GM.
Kind of the dream, right?
Successful GM.
Okay, here's an interesting one. So, we love kickers, Tim.
Apparently.
Mark Mosley, 78. You certainly know the bullet point on Mark Mosley.
Former MVP.
That's right. The first kicker to be an MVP.
The only.
There
Just
will
say
be
the only. There will never be another one.
We have a guy, who's warming up his leg right now, and is insulted to not be given a 20-year contract.
$10 million a year.
Yeah. Anyway, Mark Mosley. So I was just looking up Mark Mosley today because I knew he was a Cleveland Brown as well, just for a teeny bit at the very end of his career.
Straight on kicker.
Yeah. The last one, I would guess.
One of the last. I don't know if the very last.
Anyway, Mark Mosley's sister was murdered by a guy named Johnny Paul Penry.
It sounds like something I would call my vape.
And he's
that's good.
He's from Texas.
JP Henry is?
Yeah, he was in prison, convicted of rape, sentenced to 5 years back in 1977, released from prison in 1979, served 2 years. And in 1979, he continues his the thing he does. He raped and murdered Pamela Mosley, the younger sister of Mark Mosley.
That's pretty horrible.
Yeah. So now you know the rest of the story. That's not that fun. Why did I even bring it up?
Do you think he ever kicked people as part of violence? Like, if you were a kicker and you got in a fight, would you be like, boy?
I don't know. You don't want to hurt your...
Yeah, that's true.
That's your moneymaker.
That's true.
Merton Hanks is 58.
He had a long neck. I used to try to do his touchdown.
Lake Highlands High School. Austin Deculus is 27. Why do you remember him, Blake? Do you remember him?
No.
Is he Ninja?
No, it's Tyler Blevins.
Check this out. This is why you remember him.
And finally, Rebel jumps on and takes a little 4-yard ride and gets help. That was just one big Austin Deculus. Again, the third or fourth left tackle, depending, from LSU. They got him in a trade earlier this year from the Texans, and it's all on you now.
Man,
he sounds like that. Deculus sounds like it should be a medical implement or something like that,
or something I saw in Gladiator. Give us Deculus.
I was going to say some Greek. Yeah. All right. 2nd and 5.
So Tim, there's a football game going on right there, but we're just going to have a bunch of fun up in the booth.
Austin Deculus.
I hear the top 2 comedians in the game.
I'm guessing a preseason game if Austin Deculus was being discussed.
Things got pretty rough this year.
No, that was in December, yeah.
Things got pretty rough.
Really?
Late in the year, yeah, when they were shutting guys down.
Goodness.
But it's Justin Herbert's fault.
Missed his arrival.
Dale Murphy is 70. Darryl Strawberry, 64.
Sorry, Dan.
Learned to talk to athletes.
We had a run in. Darryl Strawberry does not like me, Tim. War Games, Dale Murphy versus Darryl Strawberry.
Well,
Do you know who Dale Murphy is?
I don't know much about the career of Dale Murphy.
Yeah. Okay.
Dale Murphy, Atlanta Braves, 2-time MVP maybe?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we all got to know him
He's a
because
guy-
TBS.
A lot of people have been saying he should be in the Hall, and I can't remember if he's ever made it because just about everybody's been made it at this point.
I think he's not.
I think he's not.
Yeah.
And he's got to be one of the ones who's close to deserving.
Then I'll take him over Darryl Strawberry. I bet we overrate Darryl Strawberry somehow.
You're right.
Historically.
Strawberry had a very brief, shining moment.
I guess, though, if you're looking at his WAR, 46.5 is Dale Murphy. Strawberry, 42.2. So 46 would not be...
That's not enough.
One of the higher WAR players, yeah. Maybe his longevity just wasn't there. Nick Kurtz is 23.
Huh.
He is the Rookie of the Year last year.
Big basher for Oakland.
Oh, was he on your team? Yes. And I know they're not in Oakland, but allow me...
Sacramento.
Yeah, now they still play for the Oakland A's. right?
They play
called
for the
Ultimate
Athletics.
But I still want to say he could have been in the same town as Nick Kerr.
Yeah.
For years. Nick Kerr is Steve Kerr's oddly named son.
Yeah. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Raul Mondesi is 55. Liza Minnelli is 80.
Dude, let me read you this note real quick. So Kurtz goes by Big Amish because he's big and he's from Lancaster, PA, which has a large Amish community apparently.
Yeah.
After a home run last year, he introduced the celebration of twirling his hands in a circular motion, an homage to the tradition of churning butter.
Strong.
He himself is not Amish, but
I like that.
That's great.
You can get away with it.
Yeah.
Aaron Eckhart is 58. He was in a movie called Thank You for Smoking. Great movie.
He's Two-Face in The Dark Knight.
He was in my movie that we shot at the Cotton Bowl.
Oh, really?
My
The football
All-American.
movie.
Yeah.
James Taylor is 78.
Dan, how's the windbreaker?
I bought a James Taylor jacket for like $80 one night.
You know the
James Taylor jacket?
You know the jacket at a concert that you see and you're like, who's buying that for $90
Yeah,
tonight? Well, he
bought
did. He was gold.
I was at what's the
Santa Monica Bowl or the Hollywood Bowl?
yeah,
or
Hollywood Bowl?
something.
Not the Hollywood Bowl, because that'd be
Fair,
in Hollywood. It was
the
north
Fair,
of
Santa Barbara Bowl.
north of Oxnard. Or
Santa Barbara.
Ventura.
Santa Barbara.
That's called the Santa Barbara Bowl?
I don't know, but that's where
Okay,
Santa
there's
Barbara
a
is.
concert venue that's in the mountain.
Okay.
And it was awesome. And I went there with Mike Reiner to see James Taylor, and it gets chilly out there.
It does. So you bought a jacket.
So I'm like, all right, I need a jacket. And there was one for sale for $80 or $90. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to buy this.
When's the last time you wore it?
Never.
Right, that day.
You need to wear it again.
Oh, you big James Taylor? Not really. I was at the show.
I was surprised by
Needed a
how many of his
jacket.
songs I actually knew, though.
Yeah, no, I'm a fan.
He's actually got quite a bit.
Not jacket fan, but I'm a fan.
And then Dumb Zone birthday today is actress, whatever, Luenell. Luenell. Write that in. Tell me who that is. She's 67. Luenell. You recognize her?
Yeah, she's a comedian, right?
Yeah, she was Borat's wife. Oh, wait, the prostitute in Borat.
Okay, yeah.
The Borat prostitute.
There you go.
Born on this day, now dead, Billy Thomas. Oh, wait.
Longhorn receiver?
No.
He is Buckwheat from the Little Rascals, the real Buckwheat. Jack Kerouac.
On the road.
Ernie Zampese. You probably know him.
Yep. 94 Cowboys. Replaced Norv.
And Herb Kelleher.
Love Field?
CEO.
Yeah, the founder of Southwest Airlines.
Yeah.
He just
rolling over in his grave.
Can't believe they've
What
got
is the
seat
shit that's
numbers.
happening?
Assigned seating.
Assigned seating.
And he lost that statue.
The Rangers took it.
How you like the statue story? That's fun.
I thought we were going to make it through the show without the statue. A lot of people have been crying out for that. Why don't they have a statue out here blocking foot traffic in left field?
What if we could get one that would really fire people up? Like they could have built a statue probably for the money they paid, right?
I don't know.
That wouldn't have the same.
They didn't build Pudge's either.
Did they get the Pudge statue?
He
up?
gave it to him.
The one that was in his house?
It was in Pudge's backyard.
Yeah.
He gave it to him.
We're just doing storage wars out at the ball.
Dead on this day, still dead. Woody Hayes and Morton Downey Jr.
That is a wild ride. They're all available on YouTube, but I went and watched a few episodes of his show a couple of years ago, and it's electric.
Oh, let me ask.
It makes Springer look like a PG show.
There's a dead I wasn't going to mention, but Tim might know more about this person. Dick Fosbury.
Yes.
Died on this day.
Fosbury flop.
Okay, it says here Olympic high jumper Fosbury flop. I've heard of that. What does that mean?
He invented how to do the high jump the way everybody has done it for 60
Going
years.
over with your back, arching.
Going in your back, and then you go over, you lead with your left shoulder or whatever, and you flop over. Until then, people were just like running and kind of doing a scissor as they go over.
The whole, like your whole body,
yeah.
like a somersault type
And
thing.
he invented this new way of doing it. It's like, oh, why doesn't everybody do that?
And just killed everyone.
They have for like, yeah, somewhere in the 60s.
beating the records by the...
One of the Olympics. I don't know which, 68 maybe. Fosbury flop.
I knew he'd know.
And
you guys
that's
don't know
what
shit.
happened.
See, that's why I'm here.
Sorry.
This day in history.
How do you not know Dick Fosbury?
I know.
I know about the ice cream.
Do you know about Poncho?
Ooh, I do.
Poncho's, the restaurant?
I have gifts to give
Put the
Tim
flag up
Cowlishaw.
when you need more?
While we are a big fan of Poncho's Mexican buffet,
Could you imagine wearing some Poncho gear into Ponchos? Would that
Boy.
be a gummy thought?
I can barely think of that. It sounds so awesome.
You ever do gummy THC stuff or no?
No, I do not.
That's not your bit?
No.
Well, anyway.
PonchoOutdoors.com
Yeah, we're talking about
/dumbzone. That's PONCHO outdoors.com/dumbzone. That'll get you $10 off and free shipping. These shirts are great. You've heard us talk about them. You've seen us wear them. They've got a little SPF 50 right in the material there. They don't get wrinkled. They don't show sweat. They got the short sleeve, the long sleeve. Just a very comfortable dress shirt. So PonchoOutdoors.com/dumbzone. Bring you Tim Cowlishaw.
Yeah, and I have gifts to give Tim Cowlishaw.
Look at that.
We don't give gifts to just everybody. Like, he doesn't hand out gift cards to anyone unless they don't have a house.
Right.
I got a
Now,
house.
will he walk Tim
I have a
to the
townhome. Is that okay? Does that count as a house?
Will he walk Tim to the front like he does all of our female guests? We'll see how far.
Usually when there's a male guest, he'll be like, you know how to get out of here.
You just, retrace your steps. Not that hard.
But a lady does need help sometimes.
Yeah,
Did you ever read Sarah Heppela's book?
I have not. No, I know she has a book on her journey.
Yeah.
Shall we say? I have not.
It starts out the same as yours.
A little different.
Talking about Ben and Skin?
A little different.
No, I'm joking. Hers starts out with
She said she's
waking up in the middle of a sex act, right?
pretty much, yeah.
Yeah,
Like
pretty
a
much.
I don't remember that in mine.
Unblacking out.
I don't remember that in mine.
That was Tim's as well. Yeah, Tim was in a hotel
yours
room,
good?
and that's great.
But he was having sex with Ben and Skin? Is that what you're saying?
No.
Yours had to
confused.
do with being on the Ben and Skin show that day, right? Well,
Like passing
or-
out?
I don't know.
I'm trying to remember.
I honestly don't know how it begins.
Yeah, it's been a while. You should write another one about how cool it is to not drink.
Yeah, see, you got to have a relapse to write the second book, and I haven't had one, and I don't really
That's
plan to. So
that's too bad.
That's 15 years later. Okay, everything's still the same.
How do you write?
I don't know.
Do you sit and say, "Oh man, I got to work now for"? Like, I'm going to write from 11 a.m. to what? Like, do you set yourself a schedule, or do you just
Talking
kind
about
of
columns for the morning news?
Yeah, or do you just flow?
Well, assuming I'm not at an event and I'm writing from home, I don't. It's not a prescribed time, but I'm usually writing by 10 in the morning, and I try to get them done fairly early. We have new earlier and earlier deadlines, so you might as well get it done and get it to the paper.
Oh, really?
So yeah.
Anyway, I
First.
have a couple gifts for Tim Cowlishaw.
Goodness.
Here, hand this over to him. We have this is a thing that you use to drink out of.
Like a Yeti?
There you go.
One of those?
Oh, nice.
I don't know. It's a Dumbzone Yeti.
Okay.
Does everybody need one of those?
I
Those
think
are good.
that they do.
Yeah.
You can those are a massive upgrade from giving people a koozie. The cup they can use.
Yeah.
And then the book he might have, but if he
I don't.
doesn't,
Yes, a copy of The Accommodation.
Okay.
in print.
All right, Jim Schutze. Very good.
We printed.
You never read that?
No, I didn't.
I'm very
Oh, wow.
surprised at that.
No,
Yeah.
look,
Please put that on your
you
2026.
can read a lot of books and not have read a lot of things. So, but no, I know. his
But I would
work.
say, okay, this isn't an anchor word because I just thought of a couple.
Okay.
But if I'm to describe Tim's reading, it would be voracious.
Agreed.
Voracious?
Almost always
Appetite
described as
or
a
reader?
as a reader. Yeah.
Do you feel you're a voracious reader?
Probably at this point.
I mean, 13 books already, and
four,
it's
4 to
March.
5 a month. Yeah. You're reading more than a book a week.
What are you on right now? Because
I-
I've just even asking Tim, what are you on right now? I've read every time he's ever said it, and they've always been good books. Last one might have been Boys in the Boat.
I read that.
That my wife went and read.
I read that at rehab.
I just read a book called 5 Bullets about Bernie Goetz. Have you heard of that book?
No. Is he the guy, the subway shooter in the 80s?
Yeah, everybody kind of knows that story, but they don't really know that story, or they don't remember it correctly. He shot 4 black teenagers in a New York subway and became a hero to some people. And when he went to trial, he had a very, very short prison sentence. And the city was very obviously divided at that time. But there were actually a fair number of black people in New York on his side because New York had become such a dangerous place. And between the time he shot them, none of them died. And it got to trial. 2 of them had committed other crimes and gone to jail. So they weren't the most sympathetic figures, but obviously it was viewed in the light of the 80s. It would be viewed very differently today. They didn't point a gun at him. They asked him for money. And he pulled out a gun and shot all 4 of them.
Wow.
How long did he go away? Like to jail, just a couple years?
I think the only thing, I just read it and I can't remember the charge they convicted him on. He wasn't convicted on any kind of manslaughter charges. I believe it was just illegal possession of a firearm and firearm in the city or something like that. It was minor charges. And then there was a civil suit, but he did not go away for long. And 20 years, 30 years later, he's beyond whatever else he is, he's a nut. And he ran for mayor and he was on the Howard Stern show a number of times. He became this weird New York crazy person, but who still argues that, and never moved, which is remarkable. Never left 14th Street and lived right by the subway and just talked about how much he hated New York and never left it. And it talks about the victims, obviously, but it's a very fascinating book.
I'm in. Ladies and gentlemen, Tim Cowlishaw.
Hey.
Thank you for joining us.
Stuck it out the whole way.
Adios.
Wait, you're clapping for yourself.
Before this becomes a zoo.
You never know.
How to do. Subscribe and type for my name if you want to watch more of my videos.
To the bum zone. Alright. I never listen, wanna listen, gonna listen to the bum zone. I wanna listen to the bum zone.